Get everybody up in here. Get everybody up in here. Mm-hmm. I said we'll do like a 7-minute warning or a 10-minute warning so everybody can get up in here.
Mm.
I'm making all the postings now, letting everybody know we're online.
I hate working from a freaking tablet.
Podcast. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Go to Twitter.
Don't need to like knock my power out.
Okay, today is
Some
the first
music.
ever that we look in the past. Look at games we enjoyed and how it's time to pass. That sound right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
I'm gonna say
Music.
I can't remember.
Rain.
Yeah, what's up?
Where's the music?
Oh, you can't hear it? Turn it up. Can you hear it now?
yeah.
Okay.
Jam it, jam it, jam it. Hello, everybody.
What up?
Come on,
Where's the
come
food? I heard
on.
catering service will be
I
provided.
do.
I don't know where you heard that from, Sage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
you
yeah,
about to spit?
yeah.
Yeah?
Look, that's how you got to start it off doing that. I dare not, though. Oh, yikes.
We're just giving everybody a chance to get in here, guys. We'll officially begin in just a moment.
Oh Lord. I don't know what the hell is that. Take that back, Jesus. Take it back.
Mm. Mm, 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 mm.
I'll make sure to bring the food truck.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, donkey. Hey, dog.
Sage was playing Uno on Twitch? What?
I know, right?
I want to play Uno.
I was thinking about getting Monopoly.
Oh, I
Be there
got Monopoly
forever.
once. I just gotta re-download it. So,
I kind of feel like
yes.
Monopoly would be a long game.
Yeah, that's something we'll have to clear up. Oh, y'all will have to clear up your schedule for.
It was a no go unless I have a capture card.
Mm-hmm. Sound about
Wait,
right.
wow.
Gabs! Oh my god! Hi, Gabs! Hello! Good morning.
Telling people. I'll be telling people.
Okay, I'm gonna do chat
Oh, let me
only.
see something. Let's try this one.
Chat only. Hey, Box. You're not late. I love your voice. Oh no, not you too, Gabs. How are you doing today, Gabs?
2 minute warning before we start. Mmm, mmm, mmm.
You about to spit some hot fire?
And what? This time I'm gonna walk into Spotify.
Twitch blocked it since people could see your hand on screen. Oh.
Well, I know the one on the PlayStation. Um, you can actually block it from streaming. Like they have a setting where it won't show the hand, and then also on the one on the PlayStation, you can actually make it so your hand shows up on your phone and doesn't show on your screen.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Mm-hmm. What
Bridge.
up, Bridge?
Hey, Bridge, baby.
I'm done.
You know, listen, it's a
All
staple
right.
now. You know I had to do it.
30-second warning.
No, I did it wrong. No.
10-second warning. 5, 4, 3, 2. What's up, everybody? What's going on? It's the Real Ones Gaming Podcast right here on Twitch. But you may be thinking, I'm not on Twitch. I'm on Spotify or Apple iTunes. That's right. You're now listening to the Real Ones Gaming Podcast on Apple and Spotify. That's right.
You're
Welcome, friends. Welcome.
Yes, yes.
welcome.
So for those that's in the live chat, you guys are of course in Twitch. And for those
Yes.
that's listening after 12 noon, maybe you're listening to it at 9 o'clock at night, you're on Spotify or iTunes or any other place where podcasts are uploaded. Thank you guys for being here as well. Thank you for listening to us. We are the Real Ones Gaming Podcast. 4 members, different streamers, different gamers, all with different, I guess, varieties. Uh,
Oh.
for instance, I'm a gamer. Uh, I love video games. I'm also a huge geek. I love wrestling, sci-fi, and all that good stuff. Miss Pinky 313. She's a streamer, entrepreneur, businesswoman. Maya She knows all the ins and outs on how to be beautiful. So for all you ladies that want to know how to do your hair and stuff, she can do that. But she's also an awesome cook. I don't know how you got those two talents. Like that is so different.
Mm-hmm.
And then AJ is the king of 2K. I don't know why he chose 2K to be the king of, but whatever. Not going to
I'm
judge.
done.
Stop
um,
it.
so that's just to kind of give you a point of how different we really are. But we're all friends. We play together. I've known AJ for 2 years now, I think.
Two going on three.
Yeah. I know Maya for the last year, and then I've known Pinky for 13, going on 14 years.
Shoo.
Damn.
So
All time
this isn't
with
just
this
some,
fool.
yeah, whatever. So we've been here for a minute. So this is the group. So with no further ado, I'll go ahead and just start introducing everybody. Very first, Pinky, do you want to give your intro?
It's a dude. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. That was fun. I like that. Pew, pew, pew. But hey, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you guys are staying safe in this madness. I'm hearing talks about a lift, but still, please be safe. Just don't jump in the water, okay? Stick your toe in there first. Just don't go outside all willy nilly. Be safe as much as possible. Think of your loved ones and stuff too, as well. But yeah, guys, you can find me on all my social medias. On Facebook, Miss Pinky 313 Plays. On Instagram, Queen Pinky 313. Also on Twitter, Miss Pinky 313 Play underscore, and YouTube. And I promise, I think the last time I placed a video on YouTube was in January, but I'm getting to learn about share play because I believe in using my PS4 to the fullest extent. So I'm going to post some videos soon. So follow me on YouTube at 313 Miss Pinky. Oh, excuse me. Also, I am the Blurred Gaming Community Manager and Content Creator over there. So check out blurred.com. Actually, I just did an interview with Green
Mm-hmm.
on there under my new series on the site called What's Their Twitch. So make sure you check that out as well. I have past interviews with the female phenom and it's Ruby Rose. So check that out, boys.
All right.
What was that?
I'm trying to save my nose. I think I'm getting a sinus cold. Okay, and I'm mad because this is not a good sign. This is not a good sign.
It is not a good
So
time for you to be getting sick. Okay.
Oh
exactly, that's what
no.
I'm saying. That's why I said it's not a good sign. It's not a good time. I need to get my life together. I've been trying to take NyQuil as much. I'm drinking coffee to keep everything warm and hot.
You gotta take that
Yeah,
Theraflu. Put them tablets in that water. Mm-hmm.
I
All right.
feel right.
Well, next up, like I said, he's hailing from Atlanta, but right now he's originally from Jersey. Uh, he loves 2K. I give him that. It's the king, AJ.
What's poppin', everybody? It's your
Hold on.
boy, the
Let the sound
head.
effects play. Yes, I put in work in this production, sir. Let that play. Oh, that's a long
To
one.
see my face right now.
Now you may go. Go ahead.
What's poppin', everybody, man? It's your boy King AJ, man, the head honcho of the royalty gang, man. I'm here with the family. Once again, man, like King Green said, I am one of the best 2K players. I'm not gonna crown myself the king yet, but yeah, we're 173 strong on Twitch, man. 40 something, 46 subs on YouTube, man. The hustle don't stop, the grind don't stop, man. And we're gonna be knocking out clips like crazy this weekend, this week. So be prepared for those.
Be
I just
prepared. I'm sorry.
yeah.
All right. And next up,
It was fitting. It was fitting.
and next up, she is from Atlanta as well, but she is currently in Cali, up there enjoying
Rains
the
in
sun.
Southern California.
Yes, she's enjoying the sun and all. Okay, while the rest of us are still cold, dealing with snow. She is Maya. Hold on.
I am crying.
Thank you for that introduction, Green.
No problem.
Good morning or well, good afternoon. I'm Maya. As you heard, yes, it's me. Hello, how y'all doing? So jump right into it. Y'all can follow me on Twitch at Maya_97, or you can follow me on Twitters at Maya with two
There
A's underscore 97. And yeah, hopefully y'all staying safe. Wash your hands, wash your ass, and yeah, hide your kids, hide your wife, all that too. Um, yeah, that's all I got to say.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed she got a new graphic and everything. Had to do it over.
Yes.
Yes.
The graphic ain't coming up for me.
Does anyone else
There
see
it
the
go.
graphic?
I see it
Yeah,
now.
Oh,
I
okay.
seen
All
it.
right, all right, cool. Yeah, that's all right. Just checking.
Oh my god.
No, the
Yo.
app on my phone just froze.
All right, and I am Green SP. Hold on.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And we'll work out the kinks. We'll work out the kinks.
I see.
I am Green SPMK. Just call me Green SP. But you can catch me on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. Like Miss Pinky said, I just been featured on Blur.com in her news article. So I was
Yes.
interviewed for that. And then also, blessings on blessings on blessings. I got invited to join the Cookout family. So I'm now part of the Cookout as
Gee.
well.
Yay.
Um,
Bum, 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 bum.
yes, hold on. Where is
Gee. Gee.
it? So those were good. Had an amazing stream yesterday. Two streams actually. I had one on Melanin Gamers Twitch, and then I had one of my own, and we had fun on both of them. It was amazing. It was cool. Shout out to Melanin Gamers once again for giving me that opportunity, and I will miss not being part of the stream team. However, I'm busy. I can't really do it as much as I want to. And I believe in if I'm not going to be able to give it my all, then I want to open up that space for other people to shine. So, um, yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to the cookout. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Bug. Shout out to Gab. Shout out to Bridge and Sage and everybody else that's going to be joining the chat.
Yes.
Shout out to Spotify community. Shout out to the Apple community. Shout out to just
iPhone gang
everybody.
gang. Yeah.
Archer,
Mm.
Facebook. Shout out to the Twitter. Shout out to the YouTube community. I know you guys be watching too. I'll be seeing them comments. Uh, so
Mm-hmm.
shout out to all of you guys. So without further ado, let's get the show on the road. We're gonna start it off with the freebies. That's right. We love to make sure that you guys get the freebies. And in this one, you kind of get an extra freebie, but we'll explain that later. But right now, AJ, what's the free games for PlayStation, homie?
You know what?
I had to. That wasn't even planned, but I had to.
That was hilarious.
All right. So,
I give it
Good talk.
so
Right.
good talk. So the PlayStation free games for this month. And I must say, so let me go ahead and say the games first. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, okay? And then we have Dirt Rally 2.0, which, let me say this, Uncharted 4, I swear, since the beginning of the year, just Uncharted's period has been free. And
hmm
then with the initiative, the stay at home initiative with PlayStation, it's free on there too. I don't know
hmm
why they're shoving down Uncharted down our throats.
yeah,
they
yeah.
just they just giving it to us.
I'm.
I'm not mad at a
Hello,
free
Because
game
they
though.
want the
hello,
money.
hello, hello.
Yeah,
There we
yeah.
Yeah.
go.
What's
We
going
can hear
on?
you.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Now.
We can hear you now. Right.
Discord quit holding me.
We were sitting here
Now,
like, okay, all right,
I'm going.
good talk.
I'm over here. I'm going. I'm saying the. I'm saying the free games. I'm thinking y'all can hear me. I'm like,
No.
No, we hear
I
you.
went through the whole thing.
Okay, well,
Dang.
give
But
us your version.
now
Give us your version. I would like to hear it.
it's gonna be the same thing as Freaky. You know, it's like might as well leave it how it is.
Okay, well, did you download Uncharted 4?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have downloaded Uncharted
Yes.
4.
Okay, so we already know everyone's opinion on Uncharted 4 is one of the greatest games of all time. What about Dirt Rally 2?
Trash.
Yeah. Okay,
The
so we're all
Lead me to
rate.
my
unison with
next point.
that.
Trash. But it's a free game. Still download it because it's a free game. Yeah, I believe in not leaving no free nothing behind. Grab it. With the handling on it. I streamed this. Me and Green actually streamed it on our channels. I think what, the beginning of the week or something like that.
Yeah,
And
Mhm.
yeah.
the handling was, because he told me the handling was precise. I'm like, man, whatever. It's gonna be straight. I get on there, man. It
Yeah.
was not happening. So I personally, if you are a racer, I don't know if you like racing games, certain racing games, it'd probably
Or
be for you.
precise games.
Racing game.
It,
If that's your thing, jump on it. But if not, if you're like a GTA
Come
racer like
on,
me,
let's
um,
go. Ride
you, yeah,
like
I
a
don't know.
pony.
don't think you
I
could
don't
just
think
punch
you
the
probably like
gas.
it.
You,
Yeah,
you ain't punching the
yeah,
gas on that one. All right.
not this one.
Um, Me personally, I was gonna say it nicely. I was gonna say, it's just not for me. It's for
She
somebody.
said,
It
fuck
ain't for
that
me.
game.
Yeah, she said it's trash. Tritidash. Okay.
Mm.
Where's my hefties? Because this needs to go into the bag. Man. Okay. All right. So everybody's in agreement that Uncharted 4, great game. Dirt Rally 2, trash. And I think the reason why they came out with Uncharted 4 and why they're coming out with so many Uncharted's to kind of give to us for free is because this month, May was actually supposed to be the month that Last
Uncharted.
of Us 2 came out.
Yeah.
So they was probably
Oh.
trying to prep for that. And they was trying to show off Naughty. Because the same thing with the Sonic games that was, what was it, last month? And that was because the
Mm-hmm.
Sonic movie had came out. So
Mm.
more than likely they had this plan and they were just like, you know what, it's not coming out, but still just put out Uncharted 4 out there like that.
Right.
The only thing I can say about the play at home initiative, because that is like off the fly, because that wasn't planned. Um, Seeing that Uncharted collection was just free for PlayStation Plus, I would have picked a different game. I just would have picked a different one.
It's but you gotta look at it this way. People that hasn't not played Uncharted before, that's for the people that haven't seen the first one and didn't go through one, two, and three, and then they go jump to four, and they gotta go back to one and see what happened.
Mm.
So that's why they did it that way. That's what my assumption is.
Bog said, Mr. Boggs 84 said, I don't care for Last of Us Part 2 anymore. Okay, well, this is what I want you to do. I want you to hold that. because there's going to be a section where we ask you what you want to talk about, and that's a very interesting point, and I would like to hear more about it. So
Mhm.
I want to know why at the end. So just keep that on mind. Um, all right, so that's for PlayStation players. So we get down to the nitty gritty with the Xbox players.
Uh,
Pinky,
Mhm.
what are they
uh-huh.
getting free?
They are getting for free Project Cars 2. Regular price is 60 buckaroos. And that's available now until the 30th on Xbox One. Knights of Pen and Paper Bundle. Hmm. Okay. That's regularly 22.50. And that's available from April 16th. Ooh, excuse me. To May 15th on Xbox One. Toy Box Turbos, $10. Okay, this if you have kids, this sound like it might be for them. So keep that
Mm-hmm.
in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's available from April 16th to the 30th on Xbox One and Xbox 360.
Unless it's a scary game.
Project Cars
Probably
2,
not.
I was actually about to get for PlayStation, and
Oh.
then we started playing Dirt Rally 2, and I was like, nah, I'm cool with these type of racing car games, yo. I'm so done. So I don't think I'm gonna do that. Sage said trash all of it.
Mm-mm.
Well, they had Fable, which I heard was good when it first came out. But that was only available from April 1st to the 15th, and so if you, I guess that was according to Sage. Sage, would I be correct in saying that maybe that was the only good game out of that whole month lineup? Because I never played Project Cars 2, so I don't know how good that is. I don't even know what Knight's pen and paper is, but it looks like garbage. Uh, and Toy Box Turbo, like Pinky said, it's probably for kids. It's probably for kids.
The Knights
And
of
you
Pen
kind
and
of
Paper
tell.
for kids. Knights of Pen and Paper is for kids. That's a whole.
But I
Well,
mean,
Knights of Pen and Paper is for kids.
you
It's
get two
Disney.
games with that though. That
Yeah, you
that's
get
that's
you
two
get you
games.
get one and two. You get one
Yeah.
and two.
So that's a good
But I
bundle. I
seen
like that.
Oh, I
I
was like
seen
bundle. I was like
somebody stream
bundle.
it.
That's a good deal. That's not a bad deal.
Bundle.
All right. Don't get me wrong. I really want less. Okay. We'll get back to that box.
Yeah.
Say that I downloaded it. Maybe I'll stream it and we can all see. Okay. All right. Cool.
Huh.
Yes, you be the guinea pig. Woohoo!
Mm.
Mm.
All right. Well, Maya, don't you have a little bit more information for us today?
I sure do. Thank you for asking, Green. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So, first of all, I just want to say, good afternoon again. Hey, how you doing? Y'all know who I am. Okay. Anyways, today we are going to be going back in time to look at the games that we enjoyed. Well, more like the history of our game. So let's start off. Our first entry in our gaming history fact list actually comes from the history of physics. In the year 1958, October, physicist William Higginbotham, Higginbotham, I'm sorry, developed what was thought to be the very first video game and changed the world as we know it. A Pong like game that featured qualities and rules to the sport of tennis, Higginbotham impressed many. Of course, that game didn't have, the 1080p, the 4K, we could see everybody pores, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have that back then. Shoot,
Mm.
it was, listen, okay. They didn't have the 1080p or 4K graphics that are standard today, but the game became a popular creation with its simple control of a knob and a button for each controller. This simple game is said to have started the video game history that lands us to a world of console, mobile, and PC gaming that I am sure would have blown the minds of the late 50s away. So it is here that we start our history journey. Until the next podcast, I am Maya, and this has been the Real Ones Gaming History Facts.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with these shenanigans this early afternoon on a
You
Sunday.
started. You started that. You started that with your. It
Technically,
just
yes.
trickled. It trickled down to us.
We do this to make ourselves better, and I'm all for it. All right, that's cool. I like those. Okay. All right, so let's jump into the stories. We got a whole bunch of stories today. Um, I notice there's more stuff to talk about because we're probably sitting at home and
Mm-hmm.
the world is passing us by. Yeah.
Mother Nature's like, I'm done with y'all.
Well, Piggy kind of touched on it before, but PlayStation has announced their Play at Home initiative. They want you to stay your butts in the house and relax. So what they have done is they've given out two free games. One is being Uncharted, as you can see in the link there, which we talked about. Uncharted, the collection, the Nathan Drake collection, which I could have sworn it was March, right? That they gave out the Nathan Drake
March.
collection? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For PlayStation Plus users. So, you know what? Y'all in the chat are ridiculous. So y'all ain't gonna tell us the free PC games? I see how y'all look, Bridge. PC games, they always have so many goddamn deals that if I were to name how many games are free on PC, because all of you don't like follow a certain format. Like some people get their games from stream, some people get their games from what is it, GOG
Uh,
or BOG or whatever it's
God
called.
stream something.
Yeah. So
Thing.
so if I were to actually go and try to find all the free games, we be here for days, okay?
Yeah.
Days. So
We
PC
should
games, you got PC
at least
players, you
do the
got
top
games.
five. At least give them the top five.
I mean, but top five is all based on opinion. It's free.
Mm-hmm.
Go research. You got free games. You got at least a good 200 to 300 free games. Uh,
Oh, Steam. That's what it is.
Yes,
Hmm.
Steam.
it's Steam, it's God. You can get free games pretty much anywhere. Like Epic Games even had some free games on there that wasn't even part of Epic Games. I don't even know why they selling games that don't even belong to them, but they got them.
No, from
Pick
pick
three of them.
three.
All right, Rich. For you, I will pick three. So Watch Dogs 2 was free. I don't know if it's still free, but it was free. Like a week ago. And that was
A week ago, a week
through.
ago. I'm sorry.
Oh, hold on. I don't need to do that because last podcast I did do that. I've been doing it the last two podcasts because they've been
Epic
having
Games every week has
COVID.
new games.
Yes, Epic Games do come out with free games every single week.
Wow, I
Um,
didn't know that. Not anymore. Ooh.
no, not anymore. Um, but you can go to Epic Games. They have like free games every single week since this whole COVID thing
I think
happened.
I still have
You can
to.
also go to
I'm not
GOG. They
sure.
have a COVID
I have
19
to
special
see.
too as well. Um, so you can go there. But PlayStation Play at Home Initiative. They announced Uncharted and Journey. I have both of them, so this wasn't like anything new for me. Um, have
Okay,
Have y'all played Journey yet?
not yet.
No.
I just added to the library now.
Okay. Pinky, have you played Journey?
Oh, that's chat. I haven't downloaded it because I don't know if I was looking at it a little bit too early, but it didn't give me the option to download it. I don't know, like a trial or something. So is it a trial run or is it a free game?
No, it's a free game. You get to pick the full game or the trial run.
Oh, it's not
The
free.
devil.
It's free. Yeah, 'cause I just got it.
Which one? Uncharted?
No,
Oh,
Journey.
Journey.
Yeah, Journey's
But it
free.
gives you it gives you it gives you the option of the downloadable game. A downloadable game. It just let you know it's going to be downloaded.
I
You're
already
gonna have to
had it,
pick
so I
which
don't know.
one.
I can't tell you how they did it.
But
I already got
Okay.
it.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Cause like I must have did a day early. See, now it's telling me to choose a version. Cause I'm
no,
doing
just
Xbox
hit one.
Science right now.
Oh, see.
Just hit one.
Choose version.
I didn't even bother looking at it because I already had Journey. I already played it. I haven't beaten it, but I played it. It was known as one of the most beautiful, just artistic games of this generation when it first came out, and then some other games came out by the same developers. Um, so they do better and better every time. If you want something that you just want to kind of chill and just like relax a little bit, Journey's probably one of those games that's going to help you relax. It
Mm-hmm.
has a story like and everything like that, and you know you got to do some thinking with it. But it's one of those things that you can kind of just lay back, chill, relax. I wouldn't recommend it for streaming. I would recommend it for when you have me time. Sit down and actually just play it. Like that's one of those games where it's not about streaming, it's not about making videos, it's not about playing with
Huh.
others. It's really just about sitting down and enjoying a really good video game.
When your kids get on your nerves, that's the best time to play it.
Just chill, just relax, you know. In my opinion, that's why I played the game. Like I just chilled and relaxed and played it. Um,
Bridge, but Bridge, the game, the free games for the PC are World of Warships, War Thunder, uh, Curse Royale that Green and Pinky played, and I got rid of. Uh,
Cuisine Royale.
yeah, whatever it is,
What?
Well,
it's on
Cuisine Royale
PC.
is free on every
I
game.
like it.
Ain't Smite free
Uh,
on PC?
nope,
It better
not that
be.
I'm looking at now.
Smite better be free for PC because it's free for PlayStation.
Mm,
Yeah.
nope, it's
Me and
not
Pinky.
saying Smite. It's Smite is. Oh yes, it is. Smite is free,
Yeah, remember, like Steam is not the only place you can go for your PC games.
but that's where everybody really goes to get their games from. So
Yeah.
I would right shape Steam. Skyfall is free right now, and another horror game. I think that's Emily. I think Emily wants to play is free too.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I like that game. I've never played it. I've watched gameplay on it. It's
Ooh, Pinky, you should
ooh.
play it. Yes.
Well, I'm about to order
Free.
a PlayStation VR, so
Yes, Smite
um,
always been free.
yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know about those two games for the Play at Home initiative. I already had them, so it wasn't like a big deal to me.
yeah.
And both games are already on the PlayStation Plus, so if you had a PlayStation Plus, you probably already got them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice that PlayStation came with the Play at Home. I just think once again they should have picked two different games.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo, maybe. Duh.
Yes.
Like that is a PlayStation game that you could have gave away for free. Just putting that out there. Um, so if you got a PlayStation and you haven't played these two games, go ahead and download it now. We don't know when it's going to go away, so get them free while it's hot. Word, word.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And in other news, all you Animal Crossing fans.
This is crazy. Okay, let me post
Yeah.
this link up.
You Animal Crossing fans has messed
Been,
up China.
been
You screwed them. Now all the China
what?
players, all of them, China
Are
wants to ban
bad.
online gaming now because of y'all Animal Crossing people.
Why? I know I
um,
should have read the article, but
well, I'll explain the
I don't.
article and then y'all tell me what y'all think about it. So basically, the article stemmed from I think it was an article in Taiwan that actually picked up on it first. So
Mm.
there was this
Yep.
player.
Uh,
Um,
Taiwan website called Taiwan News. The Japan Communities Partner CCP will be playing on activating all something stupid, banning people pretty much from playing Animal Crossing.
Well, what's going on is that China wants to ban online gaming based off of a player actually went on there to protest the Chinese government in a way. Because of that, China wants to ban all online gaming. They basically want it. And welcome, Bree, and Han.
Welcome,
Uh,
welcome, welcome.
uh,
Wait,
they want to ban all online gaming
you
from
said they
China.
infiltrated the Chinese government or something?
No, a Chinese player that plays Animal Crossing used Animal Crossing as a way to protest against the Chinese government.
That ain't got shit to do with us
Now, in
at
this
all.
country, if someone had did it, it wouldn't be that big of a deal because you can use it. You can say, I don't like Donald Trump if you want, and that's freedom of speech. There is kind of like a little bit different because it's kind of like starting the uprising. What's up, Lush? Thank you for coming through to the stream, to the live podcast.
Mhm.
But because of this, China is now getting together um, some people to vote on whether or not they want to ban online gaming. This would only ban out the servers from going outside of China. So they wouldn't be able to play with any U.S. kind of players, any UK players, anyone outside of China. They won't be playing with. It will also initiate a curfew for certain players, depending on your age and
Mhm.
things like that. Online will be shut off from 8 a.m. No, 10 p.m. to
Mm-mm.
8 a.m.
Mm-mm.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm just saying that's a
Yeah.
mess.
Oh, uh, 10 p.m. to
So,
8 a.m.
mm-hmm.
And that's for people younger
Under
than
18.
18.
Yeah.
And then, you just won't be able to play outside China. So, I mean, they can play other Chinese people. That's fine. However,
You can't play with
I don't
us.
think
yeah.
that's fair, in all honesty. Like, I understand the rule, like, if one kid acts up, the rest of the class get punished. But I'm like,
But
just,
the whole country,
deal with, huh?
the whole country got to get in trouble for it.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't think it's fair just because that one person decides to protest that the whole, country decides to just go on shutdown.
Well, remember, China is one of those countries that already censors their internet. Um,
Yeah.
a lot of information
Yeah,
that,
they're big
like
on that.
here, we can see everything. We
Hmm.
can see
Mm-hmm.
news reports in Japan if we wanted to. There, they kind of restrict what can come through to their citizens'
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah.
So and the reason for that is because they don't want their citizens to know what's going on in other countries.
And
So
I don't understand why, but okay.
because knowledge brings an uprising.
Yeah.
If you're a communist country and you
Stay woke.
Mm-hmm.
but I mean that even the Chinese government has said that. Like they was like, if we're a communist country and our citizens find out that US has all this freedoms and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
here's the way to be
Mhm.
free,
Oh.
then it becomes an
Mhm.
uprising. So
Yep.
they restrict certain
Mm,
information being told. And also we talk about everything. So if Chinese
that's
government is
true.
doing
Everything.
like tests on citizens and we know about it and we report on it, then China citizens can now look at that article and be like, "Oh, so you're doing testing on us?"
You doing testing on me? Okay.
Oh, so
Hey, hey,
Oh,
we about to
okay,
go up here,
okay,
y'all. Y'all
okay.
ready?
Not, I understand.
And
Okay,
they got
cool.
way more people than us, so
They
yeah,
do.
so imagine China
Like
uprising.
I like rabbits.
So
Understand.
I highly doubt
imagine.
that China will ever hear this podcast. But Sage, I know we're freedom. I
uh,
understand, but compared to China, we got a lot of freedom.
yeah, compared to them,
True.
we got freedom.
All right. So, what do you guys think about this? And what do you think about it all being stemming from Animal Crossing out of all games?
I feel some type of way, in all honesty. Only for the simple fact that I haven't played Animal Crossing. I've seen gameplay. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. I get to communicate with friends and people, you know, everywhere pretty much. And now China's like, nope, not today. I'm sorry.
It's crazy to me. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
that's on a curfew.
Yeah, it shocks me on that aspect of us not being able to play, with China and stuff. But it doesn't shock me because, like Green said, communist, country, so that doesn't shock me. But
Yeah, that
it's
control.
heartbreaking because they don't have the freedom to play. Let them
Yeah,
play. Let the people play.
right.
Let them have fun.
Let them play at recess, okay? Let them talk to other kids.
Let
Shoot,
them grow. To
they don't want that.
be fruitful and multiply.
And let's also not forget that Asia has some of the best competitive players in the world. So what does that
They
do
do.
for
For
that competition in China?
Look, I'm telling you this. They are probably an exception on that just because they love to win. They love to be first. So I'm pretty
Pretty
sure it's gonna
much.
be an exception on that.
Can we say that China is
especially
kind of like Wakanda?
I
And it's
especially if they're getting paid
mean,
for it. If they're getting paid, if them competitors getting paid for it,
yeah.
they gotta lean that somehow because they
no.
have to
What I'm
practice.
saying is like for instance, not to brag, but I found out that I was the top 17% in the world at Call of Duty, which is is small, but whatever. Um, but
Uh,
that stems from playing with people all across the world to the where I can see how other people play and I can kind of learn and grow and become better and better and better and better. China though, if you shut them off from the rest of the world, who do they have to really test their skill with other than themselves?
themselves.
Like
Mm-hmm.
so, and I don't care what you say, like just the slightest change is different. Like for instance, people in my state, Baltimore or Maryland, play completely different than people in California. And people in California play completely different than people in Detroit or Connecticut or whatever the case might be. Like everybody plays differently. So imagine the difference in country size. Like Americans play completely different than Japanese. Completely. You can see the play style. It's way different. No, that's not just on console. That's on PC as well. Because if you see some of the PC competitors, they have
Ooh,
strategies that's way different than what you see in American competitors.
and their
And
finger movement is crazy.
yeah, so that's why like
A lot of PC
Asian
players be
competitors
cheating.
are considered the best at video games at some games. Some. Um because it doesn't matter if it's PC, console, or whatever, they just have a strategy that works. Um so what does that do for China if they shut off that kind of learning? Uh, I guess strategy building is the correct way to say it.
Mhm.
If you take away the fact that they can't practice against players outside of China.
But it's
No.
probably it's probably gonna be like a not just China when they can practice. They probably can practice in Europe and but they can't like just jump over to America and practice against us. It's not gonna be a wide span of practicing against Americans. It's gonna be in that Asia, Japan type span, even Europe. I throw in there. That's how wide span is probably gonna get.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Alrighty
Now we're podding.
um,
then.
I'm thinking that as far as practicing, they're gonna that loophole is just because it's like I said, they want to be number one, so they're going to find a loophole in that clause to be the best, to be the very best. Da-na-na. that no one ever
And
was.
To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause.
Right. Exactly. They're gonna find a way. When there's a will, there is a way. They're gonna find some way to practice with other folks online and stuff. I mean, if it's a money making move, they're gonna make it. If it's number one move, they're gonna make it.
Yeah, they're making money moves in their bloody shoes. They
Mm-hmm.
literally bloody shoes. Oh,
Shoes.
China. I don't know. I don't know if China really plays Fortnite all like that, but I just know the news story came from Animal Crossing, which is weird. But apparently in Animal Crossing, you can pretty much build your house, and whoever did this protested by like making signs and stuff within Animal Crossing house. So
Mm-hmm.
whoever came over would see like, I'm just saying as an example. I'm not saying they did it, but they would make signs that would say like, China's lying to you and the government is foul and blah 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 blah.
I believe it. I believe
So
it.
China found out about it. How, I don't know. I'm assuming somebody might have screenshotted it and
Uh-huh.
like sent it around and they
Mm-hmm.
got in
Or they
contact with it.
probably got tracking devices or some type of chip.
yeah, or somebody recorded it too.
It could have been. It could have been. So they found out about it. So China's trying to do that. They haven't made an official decision on it, but let's be honest, we know they're about to do it. So it's a good chance that we won't be able to play with Chinese players anymore, and that's just the way it is. Yeah. So we can cross
It's
them off of our
saddening.
list. But yeah, people in Animal Crossing, stay safe. Stop doing these weird things on Animal Crossing. I've seen a
So
couple
let's
of y'all.
competitor out of the way.
Yeah, so chill on that. In other news, I said in
Yeah,
other
chill on
news,
that.
Selena Gomez is suing a mobile game. Now, normally I would get upset about celebrities suing video game companies, but in this case, I think she has a case. Like, I think she's right to sue. Selena
I
Gomez.
mean, definitely.
Yeah, because at first I was like, all right, it's another celebrity complaining about a video game,
Excuse me.
likeness where it's not. And the reason why I say that is because you guys could probably see it on the screen, but Lindsay Lohan had tried the same
Now,
thing
is
with
that the
GTA.
actual picture of Selena
Yeah.
that's in the
So
game?
yeah. So the game actually used images that look exactly like the superstars that they're trying to portray. So for instance, the one that you see on the left, as soon as it pops up, on the left was the Selena Gomez. On the right is Selena Gomez in a magazine. So they took the game and they just kind of touched it up, flipped it, and put it in the game.
I didn't
So
know that was even
it's not.
Lindsay Lohan.
So what happened with Lindsay Lohan a couple years ago is she sued GTA
Right.
because of the one character in the bikini putting up the
Right.
peace sign with the cell phone. Come to find
Oh, she
out,
thought it was her.
she thought it was her,
That ain't even her.
and she had sued
Who
for a
was
couple
that?
years. Like it was like to a point where she was doing lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit for like quite a few years, and then
Yep.
they
Mm-hmm.
dropped the
I wish
lawsuit
I could see
because
my face.
they proved it wasn't her. As you can see, it's a Sports Illustrated model.
Wah, 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 wah.
So
She thought
Pray
she
to be
was
found.
relevant and she was still irrelevant.
and yeah, and if you look at the full picture, and I wish I had put it up there, but the picture she
That's
thought it
her.
was from was
Was
yeah,
the sunglasses? Okay.
yeah. She thought that was the picture they had taken it from because it just it's a blonde girl with a bikini on. But if you look at the actual full picture, you can clearly see that the bikini is not the same as the one in GTA. Number one. Number two, she's holding up a phone and putting up the peace sign. Lindsay Lohan in that picture is wearing shades and has a bottle in her hand and doesn't have a cell phone. And so a lot of people were kind of wondering where they got the picture from. And it's because of a Sports Illustrated model All they did was touch it up. They used the pose and stuff like that and the likeness. But it wasn't Lindsay Lohan
Yeah.
Yes.
at all.
She tried
At
it.
all.
Yeah, she
She
did.
thought she was relevant, and
And
she
it's
was still
funny
irrelevant.
because she had a TV show at one point, but I guess that shit flopped because I don't see nothing about it no
Nobody
more.
checking for you, Otis.
It's funny. What was her show called? It was called
I don't
It
know.
wasn't a Disney
something.
Channel show.
No, no, no,
But
no.
she
She
was
made
relevant in mine. What was that movie where there was twins?
The Parent Trap.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
That.
that's what it was.
no, it's not that. She made a TV show, like, after getting cleaned up and stuff like that. She made a TV
Yeah.
show. I forgot what it was called, but I only see like a few advertisements of it, and then that was it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Never
don't know.
again.
Well, her lawsuit got dropped, and apparently, Rockstar and Lindsay Lohan has a really toxic relationship on Twitter. And just doing research for this shit, like Rockstar is savage with the tweets. Like, I was like,
I
wow,
But you
bet.
all
think we
right,
will put
cool.
you on our front?
Right, boo
No.
boo.
Right.
Nope.
Like,
That's what I
it's
said. I be saying this. They got black people working at Rockstar just on the Twitter handle alone.
Yeah.
well, that might be the
Has
case
to be.
because they they really truly have a toxic relationship. Um, but yeah, Selena Gomez suing. I think she got a case. It looks exactly like her. It's no way you can doubt it. They didn't even try to make it different. And she's not the only one that they use the likeness. They have Kim Kardashian and other, superstars within
She
that realm.
actually have. Well, I'm trying to. Okay, I'm confused. So on this particular game is the Kardashian. Are they in this game? Because I know they have a
Yeah.
separate game
Mm-hmm.
of their own.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. No one's clear on it. They just know that as far as Selena Gomez is the only one so far that is speaking
It's
up
brought this
against
up.
this game.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't even think the Kardashians even knew this game existed.
Hmm.
To be
But
quite
they had
honest,
their own game. They had their own game.
yeah.
They have.
Yeah.
So this game was probably somebody who got like they trying to make a start by doing games, and they thought like, oh, I can get away with it because nobody's going to look at it, it'd be under the radar. Somebody picked it up. Selena Gomez saw it and was like, oh no, you're using my likeness. I know how those games go.
And I ain't getting no
Lawsuit.
check, so where my
Mm.
money?
So
Run me my check.
pretty
Right.
much,
Run me my money.
pretty much. So I think she got a case. I think it's a quick case. She's wearing the same thing, like.
Literally the
Same,
same thing.
right? Pretty much same pose, same hair, like legit everything. They can't deny it either.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird the way some games. I just thought it was weird, and I thought it was a good thing for you guys to be aware of because um, we always take up for the video game developers sometimes, and I just think sometimes the people that's going against the video games developers are real and they're true, and I have
Hmm.
to back them up. Like, so what's up. And special shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you for
For
being
real.
here. Um,
Hit
Yay!
that follow button as well too.
for people in the Spotify community and the iTunes community,
Share it with
and
your friends.
and the YouTube community, make sure you come here at live when we do the podcast because then you can interact. We got Bridge, we got Han, we got Bree. I see Sage up in there. I see Mr.
Yes,
Boggs up in
Hans
there.
with the bomb.
It's quite a few people actually in there.
Yeah, bro.
Yay!
And we all see your comments.
I know Lizzie
Sage
sued because
said, I thought Lindsay sued because of the mission you had to do in GTA. That was her second
the
lawsuit. Her original one was because she thought the person on the cover or in the loading screen was her. They proved that was false. And then she thought she can do it. That's why I said she kept suing year after year after year
Oh,
because she
wait
kept
a
picking
minute.
things.
So the one mission, because I knew it was familiar. I'm like, this is about somebody, but it never kind of clicked. The mission
Mm-hmm.
where It was like American Idol, and the guy was introducing the girl. Is that the one?
She sued for that
Yeah,
too.
when he banging her in the backyard.
No, not that one.
They
I don't
sued.
remember
Well,
She
that one
sued.
too.
She sued
It's
quite
that
for
one
quite a
too.
few different parts of the game. Like,
Yeah, it was the one which the homegirl was getting banged in the backyard, and another mission in the game where she when the sister was going for the American Idol joint.
yeah,
With those the two I remember that she tried to sue for and didn't. It flopped like crazy.
yeah, and the court was like, every time they couldn't. You can't sue for this because your name's not attached to it. They're not looking anything like you. This is completely story based. What what do you want us to do? How do you want us to give you this money if you can't prove that this is you? Like,
Right.
yeah, it might have been inspired by some stuff that happened to you, but the same thing that happened to you happened to millions of other people too. So, what do you want us to do? Um, so in Lindsay Lohan's case, I
She
mean,
tried it.
she
It
SOL.
failed.
Yeah, she's just
Mm-hmm.
SOL at this point. Now, is she going to try to sue him again? Probably. Is Rockstar going to do something sneaky with GTA 6 whenever it comes out? Probably.
Most likely.
Oh yeah.
They just started development, so we have to deal with GTA 5 for another 2 years.
But is
They just
GTA
started
really going to do
development.
something to be like, hey, look, we
Oh yeah,
beat you in the first one, so we're going to try something sneaky to just to troll you?
of
Absolutely.
course.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I could see that happening.
Yeah, they're definitely going to do it.
Yeah,
Will it be
probably
wrong
Like you
for it?
said,
No. I don't think
like
GTA will
Cosina
slip up.
Lab. The Cosina
like you said,
Lab.
Green Day, they're a bunch of savages over there. So
So,
we might get a Kylie Jenner looking like or something.
you know, that's that's one of the news stories I just thought it's weird. It's weird, man. Um, is that a black sheep, huh? How did you get the black
Yes,
sheep in there? I want that.
that's her emote.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
Her emotes.
all right, I'm gonna have to subscribe so I can get that email. All right. New next story. All right. I know the rest of the podcast probably ain't gonna want to talk about this, but I thought it was very important to talk about because it does deal with the blur community. It does deal with gaming in a way. Um, WWE releases not three, not five, not even nine, which is a record, but 20 superstars after WrestleMania. That
That's
is
crazy.
that's 20 people lost their job during coronavirus in one day.
Now, are the 20 that you just mentioned, are they actually wrestlers, or is this wrestlers and people behind the scenes?
Well, I explain it. So they're all wrestlers, and some of them actually do wrestling and behind the scenes work. So, for instance, Kurt Angle, we all know Kurt Angle. He won the 1996 gold Olympic with a broken freaking neck, as he reminds us every
Oh,
time. He was professional wrestling in the Attitude Era onto the PG era, and he's a Hall of Famer, hands down. I don't think anyone who is in this country don't know who Kurt Angle is. Um, Hall of Famer. He came back. Was it 2 years ago? And he's been kind of like wrestling every once in a while, kind of like Undertaker, where it's like a 2 to 3 matches a year kind of thing. But he was also working backstage. Um, they let him go, and Kurt Angle's like, that's money, that's that's huge money, right there.
yeah,
Rusev,
not Kirk Angle though. I'm just, that's still kind of
well,
hits right there.
Bridge, Bridge, don't say who.
Oh, she did right. I was about to say what?
He's an American hero now. You need to know these people.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the bigger talent in the WWE, who are also well known not just in WWE but for what they did before WWE, includes people like EC3, includes Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, who they made their claim to fame in companies such as TNA or even in Japan, which holds one of the biggest wrestling promotions in the world. Um, if you also know Maria Kanellis, she was Maria a long
Mm-hmm.
time ago. She was also in that whole PG era kind of thing. And then she left for a while, and then she came back. You got Kurt Hawkins, you got Leo Rush, who was the cruiserweight champion just like a couple months ago. Um, you got Drake Maverick, who is very popular in the wrestling world too, not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily because of his wrestling, but because he's an interesting character and he's really good at being creative. You have so much talent, and then at the same time, I could think of so many other people you could have fired. Which brings me to my point. Even though I'm mad about them firing at least three of them, that I'm like really truly mad about, um, I can see why WWE did it. They did it to save money. Um, and the three superstars that they fired were four superstars that they fired were a lot of money to save. So they did it strictly because they needed to save money. Coronavirus takes away from everything. You got to think about it. They haven't been able to do a live show in a while, like the last month,
But
and they do three live
it's
shows a
not.
week.
But it's not gonna be like they're not gonna be fired. They're gonna be fired temporarily until this thing is over.
No, they're fired
Because
indefinitely. They're fired. That's not a suspension. That's fired. They
they're
have
gonna
no
lose that.
job.
Not really, because they could go to AEW and get right back to where they were. Because
But think about
AEW is still
AEW
getting
is
there.
going in the same thing. They ain't getting ticket sales either. So why would AEW throw money at somebody? And they don't have the money that Vince McMahon has. So why would AEW start hiring people? They don't have any money either. So that's what I
Not
mean.
from the
I
last event.
No, they don't. Because what money did they make from the last event?
Mm, From I from what I've been seeing from my wrestling connects, they made more. They didn't make more than WrestleMania though. I tell you that now.
They
They
didn't
made
make
more
any
than
money. They made enough
that's
to sustain what they have. Because think about it. No wrestling promotions has any audience. You make your most money from audience members. You make your most money from the merchandise at the live events. You make all your money from just, in general, ticket sales. If you don't have an audience, that means you're not selling your products. You're not selling the toys at the convention stands. You're not selling your T-shirts. You're not selling your videos. You're not selling your bandanas or any of those kind of stuff at the arena. You just wasted your money in renting an arena that's probably going to have a non-refundable clause. You now, like for instance, WrestleMania lost out on a lot of money. Think about all the stuff that they built months before for the WrestleMania set that they could never use again. They built it for no reason.
Vince is gonna find a way to use it again. No Vince, he's gonna try to find a way to use it again.
You can't, because if it says WrestleMania and it has the big pirate theme and welcome to Tampa Bay, well, my guy, the WrestleMania theme pirate is already over. You can't use that no more. You got to destroy all that stuff and try to create something brand new. But the work and effort and designing and all of that has already been paid for. I already paid that out. So that went to waste. That went to nothing. Now, thankfully, WWE was had some writers. I don't know where those writers were the last couple months that they should have been there, but those writers did a really good job in preparing WrestleMania for a non-audience, and it was a really good show. And I'm thankful that the creative actually stood up and did something for the change, because for the last like year or so, they have been sucking. But when you get rid of 20 different superstars, four of which I can say is top grade talent. And it's not that none of them aren't talented. It's just that four of them were like top of the WWE food chain. You have Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, which was part of the club with AJ Styles. You have Kurt Angle, who is a Hall of Famer, and then you have Rusev, who has arguably one of the most pushes in WWE right now. And all four of those people got fired. Then you have EC3, which came in as a fan's favorite because of his work in TNA. He's gone. Now, I'm not that upset with him being gone because they didn't use him to begin with. So that's good that he's gone. However, Leo Rush is gone, who was just, like I said, just champion not that long ago. He's gone.
Dang. Didn't he just get that title about a month ago?
He got his title maybe a couple months ago, and then he just lost it maybe a month ago. So he's gone.
Dang.
Kurt Hawkins, they never used. He's gone. Maria Kanellis and her husband, they're gone because they never used them properly either. So you talking about 20 superstars that are gone. Now, I think this is interesting to point out is that they're getting rid of 20 WWE superstars. NXT is safe. NXT is fine.
But
Excuse me.
NXT is.
you could say that. You could say that because they just trying to get them off the ground. So,
I think it's because NXT has been pulling in what they're supposed to pull in. So, regardless of that, I'm not going to stay too long on this topic because I know not a lot of people care about wrestling world, but I just thought it was important.
You never know. You never know. Don't. Let it flow.
Well, I just want to let you guys know it is important to kind of point out that in this coronavirus thing,
Everybody.
everybody's affected, including wrestling, and this is just to show you what companies have to do in order to stay afloat of this whole thing, and that's just one of them. So just want to let you guys know that's a big news story because normally every year they do let go of some people because they're bringing in new people in a development program, and it's usually only about 4, maybe 5 people. So for them to have 20 that they let go is a big thing. But yeah. Oh, and also one of the other big wrestlers was Eric Rowan. And if you don't know who Eric Rowan is, he was part of the Wyatt family. And it's interesting because Luke Harper, who was his tag team partner, he left like maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago. His contract had expired, and he was also part of the Wyatt family. So, with Bray Wyatt, who is a big superstar now, having that push, and with Braun Strowman, who was also in the Wyatt family, also being the current WWE Universal Championship, it would have been interesting to have all 4 of them still in the WWE for a great storyline. All this stuff is just for story. So, it sucks that some of those wrestlers are gone because the stories that we were kind of hoping for we can no longer have. So just put that out there. All right, next story. All right, Bridge, here you go. I told you I don't forget about PC players. I saw a little thing in the world today. I saw I was scrolling through my Twitter and I saw PC players are up in arms against PlayStation 4 players. What's going on? There was a bunch of PC players talking about, hey, all your exclusive PlayStation is coming to us. And I was like, that's interesting. I was like, I don't care, but whatever. And they were kind of like having this whole long chain about, PC destroyed PS4, which I don't understand it when you hear the story. But apparently, someone looked on Amazon and looked at certain PlayStation 4 exclusives such as Days Gone, such as Last of Us, such as Uncharted, Bloodborne, such and such and such and such, and saw that and God of War, and saw that it was up for PC as well. So PC players got really excited. They were like, "Oh my God, we're getting all the PlayStation exclusives. That's the way it should be. What are you going to do now, PlayStation? What are you going to do, Sony boys? We won." Come to find out, that was the error on Amazon's part.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you're not getting any of those games. None of them. Not near one of them. And then also the other thing is like to say you can't say you destroyed PlayStation when each of those games that was named is made by a developer that was acquired by Sony. They all work for Sony.
Hmm.
So even if they went to PC and you bought those games, you're paying Sony. So how are you destroying Sony if you're like
Can the church get an amen?
if that's the definition of destroying, can somebody please destroy me? Give me all of your money right now. I would love it. Destroy me, okay? So,
Can the,
what do y'all think about this whole? Are we still doing console wars? Is that still a thing?
not until November,
Mm.
right
Gonna
around
go down.
Black Friday. That's when the console wars start.
Bridge said, "I don't think games should be brand exclusive, though." What do y'all think about that statement?
Um,
Mm,
I don't think it should be brand exclusive either. But and they know they can get a certain amount of money out of a certain um brand, they're gonna do it. They're
yeah.
gonna do it.
I disagree with it. I think games should be brand exclusive because if that's the case, what's the point of choosing a console? I
Yeah.
chose the PlayStation because I felt like they had the best exclusives and they had the best games for me. Um, if all of them had the same thing, what's the point of having four different consoles or different places to
You're
go?
right. And then yeah, I can see that. That makes sense. I mean, it wouldn't be no different. Basically, we would just have one console. It'd just be the
Yeah.
same.
It would just be a
Because
PC. Everybody be on PC at the time,
yeah.
and just have
Because how
a emulator.
mm,
J Real says, "Here's the thing: most PC gamers will mod games, sometimes even fixing games, and that's
True.
that's true.
that's
That's
true.
true.
But I don't know. Like there's certain games when people upgrade it like that and they mod it that I'm kind of looking at it like that doesn't really do anything for me. The only game that I've seen that actually looks good and it was like, oh, well, maybe that would be a better version would be like GTA sometimes.
In the Sims, That's the only two I see modded that way. Sims and GTA.
That's
The
only if you
rest
want to
of
be
this,
really perverted with Sims. Like,
Yeah.
um,
But
well, let me see. B said that Final Fantasy VII remake will be on be what
because of PC.
remake will be exclusive this year. Okay, Sage. Uh, Bird
mhm.
says you chose your gaming system because of loyalty and comfort. No, I chose it because I'm just used to those type of games. For instance, when I first got the PlayStation, before I got the PlayStation, I was a huge Sega fan because I love Sonic the Hedgehog. That was just my shit. And then when Dreamcast came out, I got that, but I also wanted to play Mario 64, so I got an N64 as well. And then once PlayStation came out, I played PlayStation and really haven't looked back since. I started like playing Gran Turismo and Ridge Racer, and then Spyro came out, and then Crash Bandicoot came out, and then I was playing all these different type of games, and I just noticed that Sony has a certain feel to it that I really love, and that all of the exclusives that came on it was the shit. So I was like, oh, I'd rather have this. And then when Xbox came out, when PlayStation 2 came out, Xbox had Halo, and I looked at it and I was like, nah, I'm good. But then PlayStation 2 came out with, all these other different games, and I was like, oh, I'd rather have that. I want that,
It's
and
all it is a preference to what you love.
Yeah.
yeah, and I
Like
think,
I won't get a PC for live or anything else like that. 'Cause I'm used to playing on console. But
Well,
if I got the Sims or GTA, I'm definitely modding the hell out of it for one. And I like I will have more fun on PC as well with those two games.
Bridge says, regardless if PC folks can get all the games, you will still use your PS, Xbox, or Nintendo. Sage says, oh, never mind. J Real said modders have been
Mm-hmm.
fixing Fallout. I stopped doing Fallout after
But see,
when
the thing
76 came out.
is that yeah, it's about like comfort and stuff. But at the same time, like Gab said, everybody prefers to sim on PC. Like, how would you feel if you see Mario on the PlayStation or on Xbox or anywhere except Nintendo
Mm.
product? Like, I understand,
But
like that's probably bringing in more money, stuff like that. But it's certain things should just stay where it's put. That's why Mario stayed with Nintendo. That's why even though Sims is on every console, it's mainly PC players on Sims rather than, console.
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Well, I put it like this. Like, I don't think it's loyalty only because do I love PlayStation? Yeah, of course I do. I believe it has the best games. However, if I saw a Nintendo game that came out that I really liked and I had the money to drop it, of course I'm not dropping $630 for a Switch right now. That's bananas. Um,
Nobody's, or unless you got money
Bananas.
like that.
nah, I'm
mm-mm.
cool. But when it drops back down to like 300, um,
Let me go see. Let me
I'll
see
go
what
ahead
it
and
is.
pick it up and play some whatever games. That to me is because they have a game that interests me, and therefore I go buy their system and support them. Um, Xbox just doesn't have any games that I like right now, so I'm not gonna buy an Xbox. When they come out with one that's worth it, then I will. And I think that's what it is. It's you have to persuade me that going out to spend money on your console to play a particular game is worth it. I can justify PlayStation's lineup. I can't justify Xbox lineup based on my preference. I can justify Nintendo's because I see a couple of Nintendo games that's looks fire. It looks lightweight fire. Getting a PC is more of so I don't want to play games on PC. I want to do work that has something to do with gaming on PC. So when it comes to me getting a gaming PC or whatever, whatever, I don't want it to play games. I want it to play my PlayStation games and stream it and enjoy my PlayStation games, if that makes sense. Um, Bridge says PC gaming won't take over. Having a decent PC that can game is still more expensive than a console. True. Sage
Mm.
is happy because I don't have to keep changing consoles. J Real says we wouldn't have a choice because Nintendo stopped making consoles. Sonic is a prime example of Sega doesn't make consoles anymore. Nintendo suits my
I do
lifestyle.
miss that.
Actually, J Real, I heard that
Yes,
Sega is actually in development with trying to come out with the Dreamcast 2, which I hope they, man, if they do, that would be awesome.
How would that but how would that line up with the Xbox and the PlayStation?
Look,
I mean,
Sega
us
can do
old
it.
heads will definitely get it, but
I think it's.
they gonna have to have
Mm,
titles.
let's be
Yeah,
Sonic
honest.
brother,
and all
Sonic
these other
first.
games.
You know
Dream
they're giving us Sonic. You
Dreamcast was
know they're giving us Sonic.
already ahead of its time, though.
And that's the
Dream,
thing; they're ahead of their time. That market's gone now.
uh,
Not if they link
uh,
up. Not if they link up with X. If they link. If the Dreamcast 2 decides to come out, they have to link up with two companies, Microsoft or Sony.
nah, J-Bro, that was
That's
the
so.
rumor that they were in development for. That's why you see all these Sega pushes. Sega is trying to get their money up because I mean, they've always been trying to come out with the Dreamcast too. Don't get me wrong, but they're constantly trying to get it out now. Like, and I would say I would give it like maybe a good 5, 6 years before it comes out. But I don't know. I kind of want it. I really want another Dreamcast.
Mm.
But
I
they'll
don't
have
get
to
it.
link up. But they will have to link up with two big companies. That's Microsoft or Sony.
No, just compete against Nintendo. That's all. Compete against Nintendo.
I mean, I'm talking about get the backup money.
No, not
Get
really.
the money for get the money. When the last time, besides you, Green, when the last time anybody in the chat played Sonic? Besides you,
It's been a
Green.
while. It's been a while.
Okay, but Sonic is not the only game they have.
Crazy Taxi. When the last time, besides PC?
That's not the only games they got, yo.
I'm naming games. Crazy Taxi. Give me another one. Give me another one. Crazy Taxi. What's that? 18 wheeler. What's another one? Crazy Taxi. Ready to Rumble on
Let's get
Dreamcast.
ready to rumble.
Sage said a month ago. Bridge said I love Sonic.
But when the last time you sit there and played it?
They just said a month ago. That's recent.
Okay.
And not to mention, they're making money. They're making money on mobile games. They just had a blockbuster hit movie. Yes, Bridge. They can get NBA Jam back. Jet Grind Radio. Listen to all Yakuza. Listen to all these games.
But look, Yakuza is already on PlayStation right now.
So imagine if they took that back. Imagine this: if they own Yakuza. Imagine if they already got Yakuza. They don't have to give it back. It already belongs to Sega. When you play those games, Sega comes up.
Sony's not giving that back up. I'm saying that now.
They don't have to give up the exclusive rights back, but they are still giving Sega money for it.
Yeah, they don't. Either way, they don't get that Sega money for games that they got now.
They still giving them money.
Yeah.
They don't have to come up with that exact same title. They can come up with a brand new Yakuza game, and I'm pretty sure people will pick it up.
I'm telling you, if it's not on Sony or Xbox, it's not.
I'll pick it up. Sega, I dropped the cash, homie. Come on out with the Dreamcast 2, yo. We need it. We need it. Nintendo needs a competitor. I'm tired of them sitting there just winning.
And Sega would be the perfect competitor because they were in back in the day, of course. So, yeah.
Green, if you want the Switch now, so brand new, it's $300 right now at GameStop.
Oh, the family.
If you go pick it up,
that'd be something different.
Yeah, if you go pick up the Nintendo Switch right now, it's $300. But guess what? You can't pick it up right now because they're all closed. So, but yeah, if Sega dropped the Dreamcast 2 right now, let's do it. I'll pick it up today. I got the cash. Let's go. Like, Nintendo has been sitting there winning for too long now. I'm tired of them, yo. That's why they've been doing these messed up deals. Is because they have no one to compete against. Once again, I tell y'all, Nintendo is not in that console war. Stop putting them up with Xbox and Sony. Those two have their own little battle. Nintendo has been by themselves doing absolutely nothing for years. Years. And no one said anything to them. And Sega has just been sitting there. Letting Sonic, poor Sonic, has been dealing with Mario shit for years now, yo. They forced Sonic to be in something called the Olympic Games racing against Mario. Let me say that again. They have forced Sonic the Hedgehog to be in the Olympic Games racing against Mario. Mario. That's disrespectful. Goddamn disrespectful. Think about that. Sonic the Hedgehog, one of the fastest video game characters in history, has been dwindled down to racing against a fat plumber. Come on, man.
Living his best life out here in these streets.
But listen, they did give us Knuckles. I mean, not Knuckles and Tails in that. At least they added
What?
2 more characters. At least
Crying.
they gave us 2. Instead of just giving us 5, they still gave us Tails and Knuckles. Like, he ain't there by himself.
But he shouldn't be there, period.
But
Sega characters can wipe out all of Nintendo characters in a snap. Why are they competing?
But if they do get Green and Dreamcast back, I need NCAA. I need NCAA.
Of course.
That's all I need.
I don't think
I
they're going to
need
do that
NCAA.
because they lost all the stuff because you can't pay college kids and they're not going to do that.
You can pay them now. They have to pay them now, but it's going towards their tuition. It's not going to their pockets. It's going to their tuition.
Han said it's for competition, not to show off power. But Han, let's be honest. If me and you had to run a 100-meter dash and you know you can dust me, are you really going to sit there and just jog next to me the whole goddamn game? Or are you going to race the fastest that you can to win it as quickly as you can? You're gonna ball out. You're going to go. You're gone. That's what I'm saying. Like, I need Sega to come out and just drop it. We went from Sonic Adventures on the Dreamcast to... They don't even have a Sonic game on the Switch that I know of, other than that Olympic game.
No, ain't Sonic in Smash Brothers too?
Oh, Sonic Boom. That was the game last. Sonic fucking Boom. Which was horrible.
Sonic in Smash Brothers too?
Probably. That's disrespectful too. Why is he fighting? Why does he feel like why does he need to fight?
Want these hands.
That's true too. Like,
Sega needs to go up against Nintendo, just hands down. Let's put it like this: Sega has done an amazing job at picking and choosing their battles the last couple of years. They came out with the Sonic movie. They knew to retract that movie to do better, which I still want to see what Tails looked like before they went back. They came out with a blockbuster hit that's beating a DC movie at the time. They've been doing really good with the video games because they've been picking and choosing which games they want to come out with. Mobile gaming, they've been doing pretty good to the point where Nintendo had to go into their arsenal to come out with some mobile games too. Sega has been making the moves. I just need them to now come out and say we're putting our name back in it. Let's do it. I just it needs to be Xbox versus Sony, Nintendo versus Sega.
And I'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
That'd be a fight at. That'd be the biggest fight ever.
Because I would slam be like PlayStation and Sega. Let's go.
Mine would be PlayStation and Nintendo.
What? The treachery.
Mm-hmm.
The treachery.
PlayStation.
I've got way more titles.
No.
I'm definitely going for PlayStation, but it's a tough one.
Do you know my best memories have been on the Sega Genesis?
My best memories have been on Nintendo.
Nintendo.
So. The 32X? Mike. I haven't seen a Sega in a minute, Gab said. Man, look. I had the original Sega Genesis, 16-bit.
Yeah, Sonic is in Smash Brothers.
I had the 32X. I had the Sega CD, not the Sega Saturn, the Sega CD. I had Sega Channel hooked up to it. You couldn't tell me nothing.
And right.
I had the whole Sega Entertainment Station. You couldn't tell me jack.
But if you didn't have all 3 systems hooked up to one TV, you wasn't lit. You gotta have a Sega, the Super Nintendo, and the Dreamcast hooked up.
I never had a Super Nintendo, so I don't. I told my fiance the other day. I was like, I never had it, so I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Everything.
I'm good.
Street Fighter on the Street Fighter Killer Instinct on that bad boy.
Killer Instinct. Man, that was my
That was
choice.
Nah, while y'all
crazy.
was playing Street Fighter, I was too busy playing Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis.
I'm
Hey, I was playing Mortal
playing.
Kombat on Super Nintendo. What you
It wasn't
talking?
like
Yeah,
it wasn't like
we had.
it wasn't like the Sega Genesis. It was not like
I
the
had
Sega
no.
Genesis.
I had it for all three. So I had it for the Super Nintendo, Sega, and when I got the Dreamcast, I got it for Dreamcast.
Nah, I never had a GameCube, Gab, and no Super NES bridge. I never had a GameCube either. I had a
Next
64.
thing,
I did have a 64, but I
yeah,
didn't have
we had to, if you wasn't if you wasn't in the streets without a 64, you was lame.
no. I had a
My
64.
heart.
I had Super Nintendo bridge.
J
That
Real,
was my
that's what I had.
console.
I had Genesis, N64, and Dreamcast. That's what I had. But that Dreamcast hit differently than anything else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Still to this day, Sony hits my heart. It does. It really does. But nothing touches your soul like Dreamcast. No, like it was the biggest. It's like,
Only
okay,
thing,
imagine you a kid in high school and you see that girl, or for the girls, you see that guy that you really love, right? They your crush. Y'all went to prom together. You know what I mean? And then one day they say, "Look, I love you. I do.
Mm.
And you the best thing that ever happened to me, but, my parents are moving away and this is the end. We just have to call it quits." That's how it's exactly that song right there. That's how it felt
Tragic
when they
romance
said.
movie.
That's how it felt when they announced that Sega was having money troubles and would no longer come out with a console. That's how it felt. Heartbroken, crushed, crushed. Because when I say games hit different on Dreamcast, games hit so different. It just did. But
but let's just take this a step further. What
GameCube was my shit. Not gonna
if
lie.
if they do decide to come back, Sony, not Sony,
Sega.
Dreamcast, Sega, and Nintendo go head to head, and Sega gives us the Dreamcast 2. What console would y'all want Nintendo to come back with to top that?
It don't matter. They're gonna lose anyway.
Oh, I doubt that.
They'll lose anyway. Y'all see what I'm dealing with here on this podcast, y'all? They just disrespecting
I'm
Sega.
just asking a question.
Just disrespecting.
I'm just asking the questions.
People
I'm here
ask
to
it.
ask the questions.
Yeah, and that's the problem. You shouldn't have to ask the question. You should already know the answer to that question, which is it doesn't matter because Sega will blow them out of the water anyway. That's the answer right there.
Lies.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all been
If
disrespecting
if they,
Sonic too long now. I'm gonna
if
have
they,
to.
if they, if they,
I was say
if they
maybe if they
drop,
brought the Super Nintendo back, maybe
What they already
that
have
might
the
be.
what is it called? The Nintendo Classic
mm-mm.
or Super Nintendo Classic or whatever that thing is you can hook up
No,
to your
I'm
TV now.
starting. I'm. We talking about
I
HD
never heard of
quality.
that.
We ain't talking about. We talking about HD quality.
Well, they
I'd
already
rather see
remaking
them come.
they're remaking the classic games though for the Switch.
Mm.
So
Yes, they are.
Forget the Switch. Give me the 64 back. No, give me that 64 back.
what's the difference? It's the same thing.
That 64 hit different than that
Mm.
Switch.
The 64, the only thing the 64 ever had over Sega, in my opinion, is GoldenEye. That's it. That's it.
You give me the GoldenEye back, and I'll be good.
They remake
But
that?
I thought they was
I,
trying to remake it, but I haven't seen it.
I haven't
Or
seen no
unless
music
it
clip
was
on
just an
YouTube.
Xbox thing, but I haven't seen it.
Don't put it on Xbox, please.
That Minecraft was hitting.
Yes, Bridge, that's what he said. He disrespected you, Switch players. He said, forget the Switch. Because he said the Switch can't compete against Sega. That's what he said.
Why he
You
telling
heard
them
it.
like that? Why he
I,
tearing them like that?
That,
Hilarious.
yes,
He like,
Bridge, I
Bridge,
yep,
love
that's
yep,
what
you.
he
mama, you
said.
said it.
Bridge, I love you, but that
Hilarious.
64 hit different.
He
That
said, forget
64
the
hit different.
Switch. They
I know
did it
that's
when
not
it
a
was
fart
on
game.
360. Okay, I thought they did do it, Sage, but I couldn't remember. I thought for pretty sure it was just for the
I
Xbox
just
at the
for the
time.
Switch and the graphics for this. It's great.
I'm just saying. Sega, go ahead and drop it, y'all. We need you. You're the
But
hero that we truly need.
besides Green, so besides Sonic on the Dreamcast 2, what other games you want them to come back with?
Jesus. Um, Another Crazy Taxi would be good. Um, Royal Rumble. If Sega can.
Crazy Taxi, is that I'm sorry, Simpsons?
No, that's the one
No,
where it's
that's
actual
hit and
attacking.
run.
You got to driving
And run.
around,
I
and
need that. I need that.
if they
I
bring
need a
back the
hit and
old
run.
Simpsons games too, that would be good too. Because the Simpsons on
Hit
Sega
and
Hit and run
was
was
run.
the shield.
Knights. Yes, yes, yes. J Real, that is true. Knights. Knights was good.
Technology. You know.
You
Nice.
there? What's the other one?
Right.
Comic. Um, Damn, what was the name of that comic game? It was something comic, and that was good. Echo the Dolphin. That was a joint. That was hot. Um,
What was Echo
God,
the Dolphin?
The fuck you
What was
gonna do
Echo?
with a dolphin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
E-
what was Echo the Dolphin?
Echo the Dolphin was like, okay, you know how like I explained earlier how Journey is one of those games where it just tells you. What do you mean? What you do with
Yeah.
that? You remember when I said earlier?
Maya said, she was like, "What do you do with a dolphin?"
I just wanna know.
That's the game I'm thinking of.
Shinmu,
Man.
yeah,
Shiny.
Shinmu. Echo the Dolphin was kind of like one of those games where it had the story and everything like that. You play as a dolphin and you lost your family and you had to make your way back to your family and you go through these obstacles and stuff like that because of course it was back in the Sega Genesis days. But the graphics back then compared to every other game was actually ahead of its time as well. And you had to take this dolphin, you had to go through the ocean to find your family. You were facing other creatures like sharks and other things to get back to your family. And it was so awesome. Like, so good and fun. What was the other one? Awesome Possum. That game hit. Man, it was called Awesome Possum. I remember that one. I remember
Okay, Green. Sound like you having an orgasm over two games. But
no, y'all don't
I digress.
understand. Now that I'm thinking about it, yo, Sonic has some amazing goddamn games. Like, um, what else did I have? Castlevania on Genesis was good. Um, all the Simpson games were good. Um, shit, damn, they had some hits. Sega, come back! I need Double Dragon. Oh god damn, yo, I need it back.
Too sexy.
Mm,
I need him back, yo.
Chat, we sorry for the memory lane that we going through right now with Green, but
Yo,
we still
Bugs.
on schedule.
Bugs said the Game Gear. Yes, bring back a new Game Gear. That's what I need. I need a new Game
That
Gear.
probably knock out that Game Boy though.
I need a game. I
That
need a
probably
Game
give
Gear.
that probably give Nintendo some money, run for their money than the Dreamcast, unless they can make it hook up to the Dreamcast too. Who Nintendo you in trouble?
A bridge just brings up a good point. She said it's a technology phenom. I'm being dramatic, and then she says, "How about Samsung partner with Sega and blow the Switch out?" That is what I'm. God damn it, Bridge! You see my goddamn vision. Sega, come on, bro.
I mean, if they do, you know what? Because I'm a Samsung girl. I've always been a Samsung girl that I can since I can remember. So they, you know what?
Yeah, you see the vision now, don't you, Pink?
Yeah, I'm trying to erase it from my mind. I really am.
Sega, come on, we giving you the ideas, right? Just one more. We just need one good run. That's all I want. I just want one good run, yo.
But they can't. But they give if they. I'm just trying to figure out what's a good time for them to drop this Dreamcast. What is a good time to drop it though? Because you can't drop it Black Friday because everybody's going Xbox and PlayStation crazy
I say,
that time.
do what the other, do what the other companies ain't going to do. Wait until they drop theirs, and then next year around this time, don't even announce it. Just drop it. Just say,
Mm.
hey, next month, Dreamcast 2 pre-sales are up now. Just drop it. I guarantee you, everybody's rushing to get that.
Be pen. You know what?
You gonna
My
start a whole brand new pandemic.
do it.
Yep.
GameStop will be full. The game called Comic Zone. Yes, Comic Zone. That's what the game I was thinking about. And yes, Bridge. Taurus Gang Gang.
Yes,
Sega.
sir. The gang is here.
Drop it the year after everybody else drops there and just destroy Nintendo. Just go head on. Man,
Yeah, imagine though.
that fire, man. Might say I feel like a baby. Whatever. You play Sega.
Well, it's because I never had a Dreamcast, so I'm just like, okay, fuck is that? All right. I know it's a console, but I never had one. The only things that I had that me and my brother shared was like a Super Nintendo because we played Super Mario World, and then we had the 64, then we had the GameCube, and then we went to my brother went to Xbox first, then switched to PlayStation. Then I went to Xbox first because he gave me his Xbox. Then I switched to PlayStation. Then we went to Wii and Switch when my brother had
Y'all
one.
traveled the globe.
Yeah,
Y'all
pretty
traveled the
much.
So,
globe on console.
I only had one
mm-hmm.
console growing up, and that was my Super Nintendo. And then from there, we jumped all the way to PlayStation 2 and was on and popping in there. Okay.
Bog said,
Um,
what a game. Victor Man was nice too. Yes, it was. Victor Man was nice. Oh man, my green buddy there. Me and Bugs, we gonna have to have a conversation after this podcast, yo. Because me and you, we're dead,
We
yo.
gotta we gotta get another Mega Man. Mega Man on Dreamcast. Heavy.
Man. Okay, here we go. This last thing I'm gonna mention about Sega. Bugs. Sonic Pinball. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's move on.
wasn't there a game called like or a console like a gaming sphere or whatever? Was it?
Um, GameSphere do sound familiar.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, but I don't remember what games was on it though.
I remember back in the day when around the time Sega and Super Nintendo was out, there was a lot of different consoles coming out that we probably like the Neo Geo. Um, then Nintendo came out with something that was like a virtual reality headset. What was it? It was something
Oh,
Boy, Virtual Boy,
yeah, I remember that.
and then Nintendo came out with some other stupid stuff like a gaming pad on your arm or your hand rather, that you can play games moving the
yeah.
glove or whatever. Um, it was a lot of different
It
stuff
was
that was out.
Yeah,
crazy though.
I think it probably came around that time, like the gaming sphere or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it probably flopped because so much was coming out.
Yeah.
Who remembers that when you got out of school at 3, y'all sit in front of the building saying who house y'all going to play what game?
My
Whoever had
parents
the
were
little
strict, so
I
I
never
went
did
straight
that.
home.
Mm-hmm.
I
My
got on the
parents were strict.
bus
I went
straight
straight
home.
home.
Hmm I
Well,
ain't have friends for that.
I was one of those kids like the if you ever watch Stranger Things, I was one of those kids that rode my bike to the arcade and spent a good $20 a day playing arcades.
Mm.
Yeah,
Um,
that's saving lunch money back.
that
You want
was
your lunch for that week.
that
You
Right,
want your
was
not
lunch for
eating
that
for a
whole
whole
week.
week.
man.
And then that
I had
Friday
a
come
friend that
around.
did that. I had a friend that did that actually in
Hmm.
middle school. Never forget it. Cause I'm like, you're not eating. Cause I just started noticing that she wouldn't eat. And she'll have like maybe a juice or some water or, a bag of chips, a couple chips or whatever like that. I'm like, you're not eating? And she said, no,
Mm-mm.
I'm saving up my money. I was like, what's better in my mind? I'm like, what's better than food? You know what I'm saying? She said she was saving up for a new game. I forgot what game was coming out that time. But I'm like, bruh.
Yep. Or or when the arcade get a new arcade game in, everybody
Yeah.
hitting that joint.
Mm-hmm.
J Real says arcades need to be a thing again. Funny story about that. My brother actually has arcade machines there, and I'm actually talking to him about buying one of them. Um,
Mm.
he has the
Or at his
original.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has it in his
Mine.
house, and I'm thinking about buying one of them because he wants to sell
You
it for 1200, and I was like, oh, okay, let's go, let's talk.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
the original Mortal Kombat arcade machine.
oh,
So
Yeah. My uncle has one. I don't
you
remember
can
what
find
game it
those
is
on
though.
Amazon too, but
It
they
hmm
was
probably cost you on the way.
the one where you had to like destroy the alien ships and stuff like that.
Oh,
Um,
Galaga.
Galaxy, Galaxy or
I,
Galaga.
I think so. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one he got.
Actually, if you go to Walmart, they sell they're not as high quality as the ones we're talking about, but they have arcade machines at Walmart, and it's like they range from anywhere between like 60 to about 300, depending on the game and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm. Walmart be having everything sometimes. You just gotta know where to look. But I don't think anybody would want to get an arcade game from Walmart.
Bridge says when I was in college, we had a gaming spot called the Frag Center, where you could PC game. What happened to those? They're around. They're just in select cities. They're called PC gaming lounges. You
Hmm.
you can
Mm.
like I think Detroit has one.
We have bar arcades. We have actually, and there's a black owned one here. An arcade for console
Hmm.
gaming place, but I don't see. I haven't been there yet. I plan on going pretty soon to introducing myself and stuff. Actually, Bridge, you remember what I was talking about on the stream about donating? I think that would be my cause to donate to
Hmm.
them. But anywho, I haven't seen the PC gamers there, just console gamers there. But I don't know if there's actual PC. I have to find out. If it is, it might be in Royal Oak, and I have to do some research.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's
I
quite a
haven't
few
really
cities that
heard.
have them. I think Michigan has quite a few, and I think New York. Well, New York of course got thousands of them. DC
Hmm.
has a couple, and I think Baltimore has like one or two. Texas has one of the biggest ones, and California has quite a few of them around there too, in their areas too. And I don't think Florida has. I haven't heard of anything about Florida, but like the major cities, they usually have at least one. But some of the bigger cities have probably about 10 of them. Like they're a huge chain now, and you know they evolve. But damn, we went from PS4 exclusive to PC to
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
nostalgia.
Arcades and yeah, because I think Georgia got some. Because I know there was a college in Georgia that I was looking at.
Hmm.
There's one in Chicago. I'm looking at the list now.
There's a
So
There's one.
college that
Chicago.
has a full-on game room. Like
Mm-hmm.
it
Hmm.
has like 4 or 5, PlayStations. It got like pool and stuff. It got PCs. It got Xboxes. Pretty much almost every console except the Switch.
Because
Okay.
nobody wants to.
So yeah.
All right. Well, moving on. PlayStation announces their new Dual Sense controllers.
I
There's really
seen
no like
it.
big news other than like the features that came out with it. So what do you guys think?
I like the look of it.
I
I just
love it.
Yeah, it looks really
yeah.
nice and sleek.
I
I
think
love it. It does like and I've said it before. It does like a shape of an Xbox controller, but I do. I've seen like a mock up of a just all black one. Oh my god, so beautiful.
The
I
Spider
like
Man
the
one,
white one.
the Spider Man one is freaking crazy.
I've seen colors with pink in it. I'm like, ooh, somebody's gonna get my money.
well,
Yeah.
Bridge asks, "What's the features?" Glad you asked. So some of the new features is number one, they have a mic in the controller now, so you can actually talk with the controller.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is their new. Sage want to talk about some look suspect. Okay, Xbox player.
I can't deal with Sage.
Also, they changed the vibration feature of it, and it's said to actually have a heartbeat sensor on the controller as
Yep.
well. Could
Uh-huh.
um, and then it's no longer a share button; it's a create button, and it's supposed to give you more features within the system with that create button. So I'm interested in that because, as you know, all of us here and many of you in the chat are creators. So that create button, the fact that they changed the name to create button, it tickles my brain a little bit. I want to know. I'm curious. Um, Also, the triggers are different. They're adjustable. Not only can you adjust them through the settings, I believe I read, but also games will adjust them within the game. So, for instance, you using a bow and arrow trigger is different than you shooting a gun trigger. It's going to be a little bit more tense when you do it.
Mm.
So, you won't be pulling back to shoot a gun as much as you would shooting a bow and arrow. Um, so,
I
these controllers are supposed to be $100 each, so they're going to be expensive. So I'm assuming that's a lot of technology.
in one controller. So if you drop it, you better hope you
That's it.
be careful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'Cause you ain't
that's
know.
why little buddy's gonna have his PS4 for a long time.
yeah.
A
So
long time.
if you got kids and you decide to get a PS5, probably shouldn't let them play it.
Mm-hmm.
Just give them a PS4. Just like here you go. You take this $60 controller. I keep the $100 controller.
Yep.
They're supposed to be dropping the controllers over the summer. So you can pick up one, beforehand. Which they did the same exact thing with PlayStation 4 controllers. Um, Actually, they dropped them out earlier when the PlayStation 4 was coming out that year. And at the beginning, I believe the PlayStation 4 controller you can actually use for the PS3. So it's probably going to be the same thing where for a short amount of time, the PlayStation 5 controller you'll be able to use for the PlayStation 4 system for a little bit, just to kind of feel like you're doing something amazing and great.
Mm.
Uh, but don't quote me on
Mm.
that. I'm just saying that's what I'm assuming. Um, are y'all going to pick up the controller before the system comes out?
Mm-mm.
Mm,
But
Cause
wait
I'm
a
gonna be
minute.
wanting the system. Cause I'm gonna be wanting the system so bad.
Wait. I'm confused. So
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna sell the controllers first? You lying? What?
No, they're going to sell the controller first. I mean, you're still going to get a
Yeah.
controller with your system,
Yeah,
but
I
they
know that, but I'm just saying why? Why would they do that?
I mean, they did that with the
Cause they want,
PlayStation 4 controllers too.
cause they
Really?
want the
Yeah.
feedback from the controller. They want everybody to get good feedback on the controller.
Not
Can I
just
play the
Especially,
that.
controller on the PS4?
I remember the PlayStation 4 controller. You can play it on the PS3 with certain games. I don't know if they're gonna do that with the PlayStation 5 controller.
What
I
am
would
I buy the
assume they would.
controller for if I can't test it out? I can
Yeah.
only look at it.
Hey, why do we buy half of the stuff
Brings
we do?
me, which which
You
brings me to my next point. I will wait until the first batch drop and then I'll get PlayStation 5.
It is gonna be USB C. I actually read somewhere too where they said that it's gonna be USB C, and then a new USB format that's coming out. So you'll
Mm-hmm.
have two ways to charge it. I'm not sure, but yeah.
And
Um,
Excuse me.
I think the controller shuts off if your heart rate goes above normal. The whole system shuts off.
yeah, the controller has like a lot of
So
different features that's like still confusing because we don't know what the system involves in, and we don't know the software that's on the system or the programs that's there. But I would imagine if they
yeah,
put a heartbeat sensor in it, it's it's because
for
they have
rage.
quite a few ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
I'm
rage and
sure.
games.
people that rage to shut the controller off to sort of calm the hell down.
Or it could be used for something like if you're playing like what's those simulation games, the surgery one. If they find that your heartbeat is, higher, they might make it a little bit more difficult or something like that, or just
But
adjusting the rumble of the joystick because you
yeah,
might be a
Let's
little
get
bit more
ready to
tense.
rumble.
Mm.
Yes, Bridge, the heartbeat sensor is a lot. However, I'm for it. I'm all for it.
yep,
My only concern with this is the microphone. I think people are going to hear that you can now use the microphone in your controller, and they're going to just think, "Oh, I don't need to buy a high quality headset." Yeah, please do go out there and get a high quality headset if you don't already have one, because I don't want to hear your distorted voice through no controller. Like, come on, man.
Sounding like
yeah,
robot said.
yep.
I can hear you, your
Um,
mama, your little brother in the background, your baby's
yeah, but
crying.
you could probably turn that mic off though. You could probably turn that mic
Yeah, by
off and
putting
still
a
have
decent
it.
mic in. Like, so if you already have a decent mic, it's still gonna work. They still have the jack within the controller. Um,
Okay.
I also want to say this: I haven't seen the back of the controller, and I want to ask: did anybody else see the back of the controller, or is it just me?
No.
Mm-mm,
I haven't seen
mm-mm.
it.
Nope.
Anybody in the
I ain't
chat?
Blinded
seen
by the
it.
light.
Well,
What
anybody?
about Bluetooth headsets?
I think you
Yeah,
can
they're
still do that
going.
because you can do that with a PlayStation 4 now.
Hmm.
So
I'm just asking because I remember last podcast we were talking about how like they get rid of some features to add on features. So I don't know if that was, one of the features that they were probably can, you know, I
you
don't know.
can Bluetooth a mic to your PlayStation 4 system. Um, to the controller itself, probably not, but to the system, yeah. Um,
Mm.
I would say I don't like Bluetooth headsets, me personally, only because it's too much room for error. Um, that's dealing with radio signals, and anything could disturb the radio signal and make you sound like a goddamn, wonky wonk. Wonk, 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 wonk,
Mm.
wonk, wonk, wonk.
Like you're in a peanut gallery.
Yeah, so I don't like it personally. I like the wired ones. But if you are going to get a wireless one, just be mindful that your distance to the console and the controller does affect your quality and sound. So just be mindful of that.
Yeah,
Um,
I keep figuring that out the hard way every time I leave and go to the kitchen real quick.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Mhm.
I was actually
Mm-hmm.
playing NBA Live with Amazon the other day, and she went to the kitchen to grab something to drink, and she had like a full blown conversation with me, but I couldn't hear nothing. And then she said, "Why ain't you talking to me?" Well, you walked to the kitchen. Your signal's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Out of there.
Sometimes it's there, sometimes, it'll cut off. And like you said, like I'll be talking and then I'll be like, wait a minute. And I won't hear nothing. I'm like, God damn it. But
Yeah.
that could be multiple things. My headset could have died without, well, it beeps, but, probably missed the beep. My eye range or, interference, like with the microwave going or, you know, whatever. So,
Yeah. Well, I don't. Me
yeah.
personally, I don't think this looks like an Xbox controller. I don't.
It's just bigger than than the ones we have now.
Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
difference I see. They just curved out the handle. That's it. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's the only difference. It looks
It
exactly like a PS4 controller to me.
it
That
looks like a Xbox and the PS4 controller made
had a
sweet
baby.
love.
Yeah. And they added that blue lighting, with the touch
I want
bar.
to know can we change that blue lighting to the back? Can we like if there's a feature in there so we could change it from
It's,
blue to
it's,
different colors. So whatever your favorite color is, that will come on every time you turn the controller on.
no, it's probably going to be the same way the PlayStation 4 controller. It changes colors based off of what you're doing on the game. Like for instance, when you're on GTA and you're getting chased by the cops, it blinks red and blue. Or if you're a first player, it's blue. If you're second player, it's red. If your third player is green, shit like that. Um, I don't think it's going to be. You can just change it to whatever color you want and keep it that color. To be honest with you, but yeah. Um, so Pinky said that she will not pick up the controller early. She's going to wait until the first batch of PlayStation 5s come out. What about you guys?
I'm not picking it up if I can't use it.
Hey, what's the purpose of me picking it up and I cannot use it at all?
Because
I
it's
mean, the only
beautiful.
thing, yeah, okay, don't get me wrong, it is, but it affects you showing me a picture rather than having it in my face, or just have the displays
Because I'm gonna want the system
at
so
Best Buy
bad.
and stuff.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When the PlayStation 4 was announced and they came out with the controllers first, I went out and bought a controller.
I didn't.
I went straight to GameStop and got it, and had
Yeah,
and had it proudly. Like was on all social medias. Like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. And then
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I went out and got the first batch of PlayStation 4s. Nothing happened. Like everybody else had issues. I never had any issues with the first batch of any console that I bought. So I'm probably gonna buy the PS5 day one and be fine with it. And do the same exact thing I did with the PS4. Pinky, why don't you have a PS5? When are we playing PS5? Like, so I'm probably gonna
So
do the
it's
same
coming.
exact thing.
Yep.
Like y'all
Hmm.
got money. Why do you not have a PlayStation
We
5?
ain't got no money. I don't know why this man think we rich. I don't understand.
Like so I'm probably gonna get the day one. Actually, I'm waiting for them to tell me that I can drop the money for the pre-orders.
Pre-order.
Mm-hmm. So if the controller comes out first, can you use it on the PS4? I don't know. That's one information that they didn't use. I know when the PS4 controller first came out, you could use it for the PS3, but I don't know if they're going to do that same thing with this one. You would think you can because it's the same setup. It's nothing
Mm,
really different other than the voice and the heartbeat sensor. So those settings will probably be turned off. But as far as everything else, as far as the setup of it, you should be able to use it for the PS4. I don't see why you wouldn't. So if it does, okay, let's say you can use the PS5 with controller with the PS4. Would y'all pick it up then?
Mm,
A minute. Say it one more time.
If you can use the PS5 controller for the
Uh huh.
PS4 for a short amount of
Uh huh.
time until the PS5 comes out, would you then buy the controller?
What you mean a short amount of time? It better work with the PS4 forever.
No, you
But
use
yes,
you use it with the PS4 until the PS5 drops, and they usually do that little system update, whatever, whatever. That then, for whatever reason, makes it incompatible with the PS4, and
that's
all.
crazy. But yeah, I
yeah.
would.
Yeah, I would. Just so I could get,
Used to the
a feel
controls.
for the controls and
Hmm.
everything.
Okay, so
Yeah, I would do that.
Bridge says you can do that with a PS4 controller. You can change the colors. I had one hooked to my PC and done it. I just leave it as it is. I don't even change the colors.
Colors of what? The
The light colors on the controller.
Oh, it changed on its own with the games.
Yeah, Bridge said you can actually change it to whatever color you want.
Oh,
I just never wanted to.
for science. Okay,
Right, I want to do
we'll
that
do
for
something.
science. Yeah.
All right, and quick news. Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 3 has been postponed, delayed, whatever you want to call it, until later. I think they
I
said
saw that coming.
the Twitter said June was now the new date, sometime in June. It's supposed to be for May, but they moved it to June. Anybody
They
care?
just came out with a season though.
Nope.
Ding!
Like, didn't they literally
I
just come
scared.
out with the season not too long ago?
Like
Yeah,
February.
I like them at your face.
Yeah, like February, yeah.
No,
Well,
not
you know they
really.
come out with a new season every 3 months, so or they're supposed to
Um,
anyway.
I don't like. I understand why to make it fresh or whatever. Trying to keep the hype and stuff or the audience that it has now. But I don't really
If
care
you
because I don't got the season pass, nor do I have Save the World. So
Okay.
if
So
your thing still say uh exclusive early access,
yeah, it still says early
why
access.
like you should have been took that down.
I mean, technically it is early access until they come out with the full game. So we'll see.
It's the full game.
Who knows? Who knows? Only Epic Games knows at this point.
I ain't talking about it'll be free. Well, what year was it? Like 2019 or whatever. I'm like, it's 2020.
Hey,
It's still not free.
it's still a beta compared according to Epic Games.
Well,
So
then they need to be working on that instead of trying to release seasons every 3 months.
hey,
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're working on it, but like, focus more on that than trying to release,
I think they.
a bunch of shit that little kids will buy their mom's credit card. I understand it's helping them fund and stuff, but use that towards save the world because people like me don't want to spend goddamn $20 or whatever it is just for a piece of the game. When the game is free, I
Yeah,
don't want to do that.
They
If
should
it's
just make
free,
the
it's
whole
free.
darn game free.
Right?
yeah.
If it's free, it's free.
Well, either way,
That's just
you know,
my little opinion.
all you Fortnite fans, gotta wait until June now. Have fun.
Mhm.
I
Uh,
appreciate Save the World. I just want to make that known.
E3 is now canceled. Canceled. It was just canceled, and then they were going to try to do something special. It's
Mhm.
now canceled. Canceled. They were going to try to do
Yeah,
like
right.
a stream where people can watch and tune in, and companies would do like kind of like that Levert and Babyface thing you was watching Pink last night.
Man,
Where
It's
they would
not
go
let's
Levert.
not talk
It's
about
Teddy.
that.
Teddy
It
Pink
was
Grass,
Teddy.
whatever, whatever, whatever,
He's he said Laverne. Jesus Christ, I'm crying.
whatever.
Rest in peace.
Either wanted to do something like that, um, but I guess it just too difficult, so they canceled. So I would like to salute E3. Rest in peace. It was good while it lasted.
Bye.
Um, we say goodbye to you as you go into that happy video game cloud in the sky. Um, and we saw it coming. We just didn't think it was going to be this soon. You know. Thank you, either, and good night.
See you next year.
um,
Alright.
all right, and now we get to the fun. I mean, the whole podcast is fun, but yes, Bridge, Levert, whatever. Uh,
Mm.
the two old people that's trying to battle to see who has the best songs. All right,
All the glory.
those those two old people. All right. But yeah, new topic. I thought about this because Pinky had interviewed me, and one of the questions kind of made me think about this. So I wanted to know from you guys personally,
Mhm.
and we'll do one question at a time. So the first question is, what character in video game history inspired you the most?
You said
Ah,
video game character?
Mm-hmm.
inspired me the most. In which aspect? Like life or
Yeah, just however you want to take it.
I never thought about it like that. I don't have one particularly. Um And I was thinking, about it beforehand too. And I don't have one that really
Hmm. Well, what about you, Maya and AJ?
Mine's will,
Oh, go ahead, AJ. Sorry.
mine's will have to be Scorpion
Of
because
course it would be.
because through through everything that Scorpion been through, he always has a fighting spirit to get the job done.
Hmm.
Okay.
I
Uh,
guess now, you know what? I'll say this because there's not enough women of color in video games.
mm-hmm.
That what kind of inspires me. Not kind of, but it does. It inspires me because we need more women of color in these video games.
Okay.
Please. So we need to sit at these tables, you know, creating video games, directing video games, voice acting these games, owning these companies and stuff like that. So that is an inspiration.
Okay. I got that. Cool. I think mine personally is, and I know it's going to sound repetitive, Sonic the Hedgehog. And the reason for that is because his storyline of not worrying about the past and just looking ahead is something that I've always had trouble with. So it kind of helps me to move forward and don't look back. Just, kind of keep moving fast, go through life, just living in the moment instead of worrying about what's behind you. Um, and I also like his attitude. He has that cool attitude, the chill. He's like that person that's like, I'm cool no matter what you say. I don't care. But yeah. All right. So now that we know who inspired us the most, in chat, you can join in these
Wow,
questions
just
too.
skip me.
Oh,
Okay.
Maya, I'm sorry.
Disrespect.
um, like I'm not trying to, I just, I don't know. Anyways, so for me, it was pretty much like any cooking game, you know, and like that's what it's kind of inspired me to want to be, a chef and feed people with all my weird but seemingly goes together combination. And I don't know, it's just I've had an addiction to cooking games. Like I was kind of excited for what was it? What's that new? What was it like?
Oh,
Cooking
Cuisine
Mama
Royale.
Co-Star,
Oh, yeah, that one too.
girl,
What
girl.
game?
Listen, we not talking about Cuisine
The Cooking
Royale.
Mama.
That's a whole
Cooking
fucking
Mama.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking Mama. They coming out with another one. It's Cooking Mama Co-Star or Cooking Mama Star or something like that.
I don't think I ever
It's
played that.
funny.
And
That
yeah,
whole name is tarnished. They might have to go back and start all over again.
and see when you first said Cuisine Royale, I'm like, oh, is it like it's like Overcooked? So I'm happy, and then I see it's like PUBG and fucking Warzone had a baby. I'm like, I feel
Girl.
attacked. I feel hurt. I feel bamboozled. A haberdashery and hemoglobin. Like,
Yeah.
how dare you? So that that's I don't know. That's what kind of inspired me to want to become a chef and stuff, learning all these different recipes and seeing how I could tweak them and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Box says Solid Snake for him.
Oh,
I see
Snake.
it. I
What's
see
that?
that.
Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah. I see. I see that box. I see that. All right. What video game character do you hate the most?
mm,
Mm,
wow.
It's
Yeah.
kind of a lot, but I would have to say for me, in all honesty, hmm,
Yeah, that's tough questions. Yeah, it make you think, don't it?
I think for me it's Princess Peach. And
Ooh.
let me give you my reasons why, right? Okay. First of all,
Mm.
she fucking hoeing Mario, and I don't like that shit. Okay. She can fuck off somewhere, right? Two, she act like she can't do shit, knowing good and damn well she probably got an army stash somewhere, but her ass want to be fucking Daphne from Scooby Doo and get kidnapped all the goddamn time. Okay, that shit's annoying too. Um, and I feel bad for Mario that he loved her so much, and she just fucking friends on him. Like, bitch, don't nobody else want you. Okay, Bowser, yeah, but she don't want him. Like, I don't. The bitch get on my nerves. Okay, like Mario do any and everything for her. Hell, he had to fight his own shadow clone just so he can fucking. Oh, you know what? Okay. And what really got me was was it Super Mario Galaxy? I think it was the first one. And she wrote him that dumb. It's not dumb, but that fucking letter talking about, oh, we have cake. I want you to come over and get some. So we like, oh shit, Mario about to get some cakes, you know.
Mm.
She finally let him gonna hit the flapjacks. No, this bitch gets taken away into fucking outer space where they all can breathe. Game logics. Anyway,
Okay.
that's what upset me. Yes, yes.
Oh, that's tough. There's so many freaking things.
Fox said Eggman. Sage said Nemesis right now on Inferno mode. There you go.
A
Sage,
video game character I hate either. I'm
it's
like a
gonna
just
have
neutral person.
to be Halo. Chief,
Really?
I hated him the most.
What's that?
Hmm.
Chief from Halo. I had
Oh, it came in.
Uh, okay, this is what's gonna make it interesting because I'm gonna go against Maya. Uh, I hate Mario the most. I think he's a sucker. I think he's a douchebag.
Mm.
The way he treats his brother is fucking disgusting. Um,
Let's go.
it's called Mario Brothers, but he treats Luigi like shit. Like I don't like that. I don't like the way he treats Yoshi. Like on that one map
Wow.
where you gotta jump on Yoshi's back and then you kill Yoshi and then jump off of Yoshi in order to get onto the other side. I hate that.
Mm.
I think he's a simp. he he went
Hey.
he won't leave Peach alone. I don't even think she cares. She don't want him to save her. She's having fun with Bowser. And Mario keeps coming and saying, "No, you got to come back to the prince." No, she wants to be wild and crazy. Let her be wild and crazy. Maybe that's her bad boy. You know, let her have what she wants. And Mario just first of all, we don't even know the story of Mario. Like he's just a plumber in the middle of nowhere, apparently. Like, what is he plumbing? What is his credentials? Why does he have all these you remember that kid who was like 16 and he was faking like he was a doctor? That's Mario.
Mm-hmm.
That is truly he is he's been every occupation that you can think of in this world with
let's go.
no credentials.
Mm.
None.
Sounds
Dr.
weird.
Mario, Dr. Mario, what else? Galaxy, Sunset.
Yeah, like
No,
what is his like he's a doctor in what? Because he's over there popping pills to people, and I don't see a pharmacy prescription, nothing. Like,
Oh my
where's his
god.
degree? What school did he go to? He
I
went from a
cannot
plumber to a
deal.
goddamn doctor all in 2 seconds. Like, nah, I'm cool.
I cannot.
He's he uses people, and then he always want to play dumb. People are trying to have serious conversations with him, and the only response we get from him is, "It's a me, Mario." Like no one cares, yo. Like the world is in turmoil, and you up here using this fake Italian accent, which is disrespectful to all Italians. You do the most stereo. Like he has been a raccoon, an actual
Tanuki.
coon, and he is just a horrible person, bruh. He
And
is like
I
Barbie,
disagree.
straight
I do
up.
disagree. But at the same time, every time, that whole bag, that's what we call her, okay? Fuck her name. She ain't no goddamn. She ain't finna take my name, bitch, okay? Anyways, every time she gets kidnapped, whatever, what's the first thing she say? Mario! Save me, Mario! Because I'm a defenseless, useless ass bitch, okay? Listen, like I said, I don't agree with you, Green. I don't. They all got their shit. Luigi, he ain't got no backbone. If he did, he would have stood up to Mario, beat the fuck out of Mario. You know what I'm saying?
He loves
But
Mario. That's his brother.
right, that's his brother. I understand. I understand. But what does Peach say after every time Mario saves her? Oh my gosh, thank you, Mario, because I can't bring a fucking knife with me to kill a
But
prehistoric dinosaur turtle looking something. Like, how are you a princess but you can't defend yourself? That
cause,
doesn't make sense.
cause she's a princess. She got money. This nigga's a plumber.
Okay, so what? If that's the case, she needs to have bodyguards on her instead of fucking around with
Well, she
Mario.
does, but I don't think. What are they mushrooms? What are they're toast?
So
I
Yeah,
think
they're
I don't think they're
toasters.
mush.
Mushroom.
so
I think but the only army should have are toads. Like,
Yeah, she has a gang of them though.
what are toads gonna do?
I don't
I
know,
don't
but she got a lot of them.
understand.
Like, there's a lot
Right,
of
that's what I'm
toads
just
in
saying.
there.
Like, I don't understand. You rule a kingdom of basically toads and uh I can't Goombas. There we go. I was saying Goombas and shit. But you have no real bodyguard. And the only person that really gives a fuck about saving your ass is Mario. So
Wait, wasn't Princess Peach? Hold on. What was the first princess Mario used to save? Wasn't it Daisy?
I don't
What? I don't think so.
know.
Y'all
I
remember
No,
the
think
first
it was
one?
it was
always
always Peach.
Prince.
I think it was always Princess Peach.
Yeah, it was
No,
always
it was
No,
a
Peach.
no, because it was a dark-haired girl too, and it was
it
Daisy. Her
was
name was Daisy.
Daisy didn't come in until Sunset. She didn't come
No,
into Sunset.
Daisy was like the first one. She was the one Donkey
But
Kong used to
Daisy's
take.
for Luigi.
Yeah, now, but before,
No, I thought that was Peach.
no, that was
I thought
Daisy.
it's always been Peach. Like in
I'm pretty
Super
sure it was
Mario.
Daisy because I remember playing which Mario was that? Um, it was on the Game Boy, and it was Princess Daisy. And then when I got the 64, then it became Peach. I didn't know who she was. I thought maybe Nintendo just was just like, we got to upgrade our characters. So this is the new characters, and now she goes by Peach. But I was like, what happened to the
Mm-hmm.
dark-haired girl? Like, and and
Mm-hmm.
and Princess Daisy is in one of the go kart games.
Yeah, yeah, they got her in there.
Shit,
Hmm.
I think, yeah. But I don't know. My memory, for me, it's always been Princess Peach. And then when we got to Super Mario Galaxy, then it was Rosalina.
Exactly.
So
So Mario he's an F boy because he keeps
that's
going to princess to
because Peach
princess.
keep fucking him over. And he's like, you know what, bitch? I ain't going after you no more. Since you want to keep friend zoning me, I'm going to go after somebody else. And then, okay, that's probably not in the game, but, I could tell Princess Peach, she probably don't care.
Hmm?
But if they had like the animated series and stuff like that of like Mario going to the princesses and shit like that, I'm pretty sure she'll be happy for him, but at the same time probably jealous because now she's not the only princess he cares about.
Well, did Mario
You know what I mean?
in any Nintendo world, did Mario ever get married to Peach?
No.
In the cartoon, he did.
Okay,
Okay,
well,
so they actually
I
got
haven't
married in
seen
the
them.
cartoon.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but
Okay.
in the games, she don't give a fuck about him, which is sad because he's the only nigga that cares about and stuff. I
Matter
also
of
just
fact,
want to fuck on her and probably throw her ass back,
Well,
So,
Pink, is there any characters that you hate? I can think of one.
mm,
Ooh.
I can think of one. Anybody in the Call of Duty universe that teabags you?
Pretty much.
hackers,
uh,
hackers, they can
the
go suck a
one,
dick. Okay.
the one character I have to hate is if y'all ever played Sunset Overdrive, the old dude
The
that
Xbox
sit,
game?
yeah,
Yeah, no.
I hated him the most because he sat there and talked for 15 minutes after every cutscene. I'm trying to get through this game, and he keeps calling me back up there to get some stupid part. I forgot his name, but
There's a lot of
man,
games like that. Pink, what game were we playing? Kingdom Heart. They had all them
Yeah.
cutscenes
Yeah.
for
They had a lot of cutscenes.
days.
if y'all didn't see
Jesus.
them, I don't know if Green streamed it or not, but
Mm-mm.
if he, yo, that night when they was playing Kingdom Hearts, had me crying because Green kept talking about the dumbest stuff in the game.
Yo, the
And I kept
cutscenes are
telling him,
just really long, yo. When you skip a cutscene, it just goes to another cutscene. Like, it's just a lot of cutscenes.
and you didn't get to the longest cutscene yet. When you meet the big girl from what's that movie with the crab
Ursula with the crab.
yeah.
This man said with the crab.
Mhm.
Sebastian, sir.
Once you yeah, once you meet her, that'd
Under
be
the
the longest
sea, you
cutscene.
forgot his name.
Yeah.
Wow.
Once you meet her, once you meet Ursula, that'd be the longest cutscene. The longest cutscene.
No, I won't reach her because I'm not playing the game. Uh, that turned me off all the way. I was telling Pink, I was like, yeah, this not for me. I don't think this is for me.
And I was just playing the demo, wasn't you?
Yeah, it was the trial. Like, cause we had to pick. What was it, Pink? Like, we had to pick personality traits or something like that. I'm assuming
Basically,
that's what it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, for an adventure game, why? Like, so I don't think I'll play that. So last question of this is, I think I know Pinky's, but what video game character do you have a crush on?
Oh,
That's the hard one.
And you can pick more than one. Like if you have a couple, go ahead, by all means. And chat, please participate as well, and I'll read it off.
I have a crush on Soap from Call of Duty.
Wow. Okay, that's new. I wasn't expecting that one. All right.
Well, not a crush like I want him, more of a crush of his personality
Okay.
for itself. Price, Captain Price in the new Modern Warfare.
Okay.
That's
I
a
wasn't
crush.
expecting that either. You
And
know
his
the one I'm looking
personality,
for.
he an OG triple OG.
You know the one
Oh,
I'm looking for.
oh.
Captain Planet.
He's not a video game
He
character,
had a
but
video game.
yes, I have. Okay,
yeah, he did
well,
have video game.
okay, I do have a crush on Captain Planet. If he can get it, okay.
Bridge says hers is Franklin.
Oh yes, Franklin. Yes, Franklin. Yes, he is
I don't
handsome.
know if I really have. Like,
Uh,
I would be like, oh, like this character's cute, but
Franklin can get it. He got a core. He clean. He got a job. It ain't an honest job, but it's a job.
Okay, so Bridge said Franklin. Wow.
Shorty, swing my way.
Actually, Bridge, my fiance, hers. When I asked her that question, she said Franklin too. No, she said CJ. CJ.
CJ.
Yeah, she said CJ.
Oh man, I can't do this. See, maybe his voice. If I close my eyes and listen to his voice.
Bug said Devil May Cry Trish.
Oh, okay.
AJ, did you say yours?
I'm thinking.
I have a crush on Bayonetta.
Okay.
That is cute. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I know I'm pretty sure a lot of girls, but I still kind of had a crush on Liu Kang. Yeah, yeah.
What?
Liu Kang, she said.
Okay. I guess.
Oh man. For females.
No, you can't pick. You can't pick created characters, Bridge. Okay, they have to be named by the game. Okay.
Oh, what is this girl?
Now, if I want to cheat the game, anybody else in fact.
So Sims don't count. All right.
Wow. All because of actual people or related.
Because you create that person, you gotta pick somebody that's already been created by the developers.
Dang.
Oh, you know what? For a short period of time, I didn't have.
Let me go find this girl.
Sub-Zero. I know it's weird, but I don't know.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Nah.
Fine.
Who the chick that screams in Mortal Kombat?
Damn.
Who?
Who the chick that does the
Sindel?
Sindel? And the girl and the girl from the black girl from Mafia 3. She can get it.
Wow.
Bob Pancakes? Ew.
Wow.
Bridge.
Bob Pancakes? Yes.
Bob Pancakes? Who's Bob Pancakes?
Bobby Pancakes can get all the syrup. Okay.
Who's Bobby Pancakes?
He's on the Sims.
Yeah, he's a sim character.
They don't count.
Because they come with the game. Bob is with the game.
Yeah, Bob is in the game.
Bob is not a created character.
Wow.
Anyway.
Dirty Bobby Pancakes.
Mine, I have a list.
Dang.
I mean, out of all the male characters in Sims, yeah, I will have to go with Bob Pancakes because Vlad is no.
Who?
He
Oh, yeah, I'm still talking about Sims.
Vlad, yeah.
I would say Evil Rose from Rumble Roses, Melina from Mortal Kombat, Penny from Fortnite, Cammy from Street Fighter.
Cammy.
Who else? Ivy from Soul Calibur. I'm trying to think of anybody in Tekken, but I don't think it's anybody in Tekken. Trying to think. I think that's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh! Never mind, I ain't gonna say that. No, I was gonna say something.
I had an epiphany.
Left field, but no, I'll say it. I'm not scared to say it. Hold on. Now, mind you, I was young when this happened. Okay.
Disclaimers, okay.
Yes. This is at the time that Sonic Adventures came out, and I'm talking about just attitude, personality, and body shape. Okay, just shape.
I think I know who you talking about.
Rouge the Bat. Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
yeah,
I
yeah.
knew it.
She
I knew it
was
was her.
she was something special. She was something special back then. Um, yeah, yeah.
she had a body to save a life.
Nina Tekken looked great. Yes, yes, Nina. That's a good choice too. Yeah. So nobody's gonna say Pinky. You gonna say Jax? No, no. Okay. What was the other one? It's Jax and
Jax, that's the only black dude I know. More
Mm-hmm.
combat.
I think what was the robot looking one? Wasn't he like
You
well
talking about
built the
I'm sorry.
predator looking dude?
Yeah, you got three of them. You got Cyborg. You talking about Cyborg, the yellow one?
No, not the yellow.
Mm,
Wasn't there like
Because
a silver one?
there,
No.
there's the
Smoke.
red one, Smoke, Cyborg, and the red one. I forgot his name was. That's only three.
No,
Mm.
it's more than that. It's Ermac. Oh, you talking about the
Yeah,
cyborgs?
Ermac.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Ermac wasn't a cyborg. He was a warlock or a sorcerer, I should say.
Mm,
Um, yeah, that's the ones that I can't think of anybody else
mm,
that I could think of off the top of
Yeah.
my head. All right, I just wanted to kind of do that, the kind of give people a little bit more into us and get to know us a little bit more. It was good to know the fans and everybody like that. All right, so here's the time, people.
Cyrax, thank you. That's what I was
sorry.
thinking about.
Oh, okay. Here's the time. If you have anything you would like to know our opinions on, now's the time to let us know. Because
Yeah.
now you guys are taking control of the podcast. It's your
Y'all
time
got
now.
the floor.
Let us know in the chat what you want to do. And this is why I always say this podcast is one of the most interactive podcasts that I've ever witnessed. I can't think of any other podcast that has this much interaction, but whatever. Uh, so the floor is you guys. We'll take anything at this point. Um,
Mm-hmm.
or Pinky, Maya, AJ, y'all got anything y'all wanted to add or talk about?
Um, not really. I mean, I've been seeing that people saying that uh Echo is OP.
Echo the Dolphin?
Mm. No,
Oh,
Echo on Overwatch.
uh, I
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
she
seeing
I
that.
has
still
I've
been.
been
yet
seeing
to
that too.
spin it or play.
Yeah,
I've
I
been
haven't
seeing
been
that
able to
too.
play her. But
I think
my I'm sorry.
no, I think somebody said she was too overpowered. They need to turn her alt down, her super down.
Hmm.
They need to turn that down because it kill. They said it kills in bunches in one shot. So
Mm, yeah.
but
So
doesn't Echo just turn into other players?
yes, but she, from what my brother said, she only turns into teammates. Like, let's say you're running with the Bastion, Anna, and all of them. She can only turn into whoever's on your team, not the opposite team.
Oh, so it's like a way of getting two characters at the same time.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, I guess because two Bastions on the same team would be kind of overkill.
Yeah, what? Especially if they're just camping in the corners. Definitely.
Yeah, I can see where that's a problem. But why didn't they just
Hmm.
give her own like powers? Like I don't know, like create. You know what I mean? Like create her own set of skills instead of doing the Shang Shung move and being like, oh yeah,
Um,
you can be anybody you want.
well, she's an echo. Echoes normally copy shapes and forms. So, according to the olden time, or like in myth book, echoes, like I said, they can basically shapeshift, um, but they won't exactly be that person. They're just a copy of that person.
Okay.
So I guess that's basically pretty much her power. Um, I wanted to wait a little bit to try and play her just to see what she actually does, for the simple fact that everybody and their mama was gonna be playing with her when she first came out. So um, I don't know. Like, I've been trying to touch Overwatch, but for whatever reason, I can't.
I
I
don't
don't
even
know
know
what
if I have it
it is.
downloaded.
It was because so you could play with us, but we haven't really been playing because we've been on Call of Duty so much.
Yeah.
Some COD heads.
Yeah. All
So
right. That might be something we have to do for the next podcast is actually test it out and see how it is.
yeah.
Putting you in charge of that, Maya.
What?
Eh.
Yeah, yeah. You're in charge of that.
What am I supposed to be doing?
Bridge says, "Do the four of y'all have plans to stream gameplay together on this channel? I know you all do it on your personal channels already. I think I want to do it today, actually.
Yes, definitely. Just
Yes.
internet hates me, so I will be, cutting out every time. That's probably why we haven't. And then, the three of them are busy, so I just be kind of like, making myself available for their schedules and when they're, available.
Yeah, I'm
So,
actually changing my schedule too because I want to do a stream team sort of thing. So it's just
yeah.
trying to get everybody's schedule because um, I have planned on doing streams on this channel Sundays and Wednesdays. And then I want to get other people, not just the four of us, but also other real ones who are interested in streaming, but may not have like a place to really do it. I wanted to give them an opportunity to stream as well. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on that too. It's just trying to figure out the statistics of everything. But yeah,
Yeah.
today at 4 o'clock, I'll actually be streaming on this channel. So for those that's watching on or those who are watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify and Apple, we do all of our podcasts live on twitch.tv/RealOnesGaming. So what you want to do is you want to go over there. We do the podcast every other Sunday. The next one is May 3rd. So if you weren't able to catch this live stream, you can catch the next one May 3rd at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Um, and also, you can come here every Sunday and Wednesday at least for streams with me. And most likely, it'll be me, Pinky, Maya, AJ. We'll all be on the microphone or whatever,
I can't believe it's going to be in
playing whatever.
May.
Yep.
Gee.
So make sure you guys go over to Twitch and follow us on Real Ones Gaming. And for those people that's in the chat now who haven't already followed, go ahead and follow that as well. Go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe to that one because there's going to be videos going up there too as well. I want to also do some kind of like midweek kind of uploads to the YouTube where I just kind of discuss about something that's going on in the middle of the week, and or I post a clip when me, Pinky, Maya, and AJ are playing or something like that. Short clips and stuff like that. So make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube page. Um, Pink, what do you think about um, us streaming on the real ones?
We fine with that. I'm going. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
Oh, speaking of that, Piggy, why don't we talk about your concert last night? You want to say anything about that? No, no.
What did I
Okay.
do last night?
The concert.
The Teddy Pendergrass, the Teddy
Oh,
Riley and Peggy Farrell.
yes. I was highly upset. Okay. I was very highly, very highly upset. I've missed all the other live ones. Like some of them I caught like in the middle, but all the concerts I missed. Okay, this one I was like old school R&B, you know, the music that we be jamming to on, you know, my channel and stuff. Man, I get there, pull up. I pulled up, you know, parked the car and everything, you know, got out the car about what, 9:10. So, you know, they would still get everything together. So I sit down, get my popcorn and everything, and I'm waiting for the concert to start. Nothing. Teddy Riley had a whole actual concert set up at his place. My friend, my homie, Babyface, just had a chair in his studio with his phone, and he was ready to go. He was ready to play the tape and all. This other Teddy Theodore Riley
Damn. Called him by his whole name.
had a green screen, microphones, keyboards. He had dancers, a hype man. I'm like, bro, just press play on the record and let's get it on. No, he had this whole production. It kept echoing. This fool said, okay, well, I guess they had like a little snippet of time where the audio was, hey, sounded great. And then they were like, okay, we're gonna start it over. And I'm like, no, just go. So Babyface was just unbothered at this point. He was done, he was over it. So so when he said, let's start over again, it was more echoing, more delays. I'm like, Teddy, just get a tape deck and press play, why don't you? And then Teddy Theodore Riley has the audacity to blame it on Babyface that it was his audio. No, sir, he just has a phone and a press play button. That's it. Oh, they said we gonna come back in about 30 minutes because it took them a whole hour to get it fixed. So around 10 o'clock, they said they'd be back at a certain time, which was 10:30. So I say for 10:30, I went to Babyface page. He didn't put up a an Instagram post saying, you know what, we're just gonna postpone it. I'm like, no. I'm like, I wasted. Well, technically, I didn't waste an hour of my time because I was trying to practice on doing thumbnails, but I had wasted precious time with this.
Bridge said Teddy dropped the ball. He was doing way too much.
He
He
dropped
thought
the bowling ball.
he thought this was his moment to come back. New Jack Swing is
Hey,
dead. But
I mean,
But
he
you gotta
like what is that?
he matched it because they posted it to YouTube this morning. This man had keyboards, mics, people all around him with nothing to do with the battle.
oh, this was supposed to be a
And
battle.
Mm-mm.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
supposed to be battle of the hits. It's supposed to be battle of the hits.
Hmm.
Everybody gets 20 hits, and the fans decide who wins.
Wait, they got to sing
Teddy
20
get
songs each.
no,
No, no, no, no.
they play their top 20 hits, and
Oh,
they in whatever order they want to put them in. So Babyface had his 20. Teddy over here trying to dig up his 20. And
oh,
while doing that, his his manager is over there still setting up speakers and microphones. He doesn't have them on a hard drive. Like Teddy
mm,
had, like Babyface had him. Babyface was already ready to go. He had his stuff hard drive ready to go. He's sitting there waiting for him.
mm.
But
Okay.
if you want to see the Neo, the other ones that went down, go try to find them on YouTube because that's where they're mostly posted to. So if you missed out on some, like the Swiss Beats and
Was it
Timberland
Timberland?
Run,
Yeah.
that's on YouTube right now. The
Yeah.
Neo
And I
live
was
draft,
mad I missed that one. That live one. I'm mad I missed that one.
the Neo one is up right now. So y'all can go find those on YouTube because they're all of them up. Now I think another one, Manny Fresh is up as well. So, but if you want to sit through Manny Fresh, go through skits all day, then Be my guest, because that's all he played was skits. That's all he played. And
Oh,
Scott Score took him out of it. He that's
fresh
the
the
that
fruit, fresh.
Hey Maya,
that's all.
I feel like you right now because I don't know who the hell these people are either. So
Oh, okay.
That's
I'm
Well,
with you,
I
Maya.
would say I'll wait till they'll get finished.
So if you want to go find those, go ahead and go look them up on YouTube. They're all on YouTube right now. So when you get a chance, after you finish listening to us on Spotify and iTunes, go find. But you gotta
y'all, sh-
listen to us first, though.
y'all showing y'all age right now.
I don't care.
Y'all talk about hits
So
and Teddy. You knew his whole name. Like you put his whole government out there. Man, it probably got
so
charges
Teddy
pending.
Riley. Yeah, right. Oh, he got a charge pending all right for that setup he had last night.
oh yeah, they've been frying him since last night. They on that man Twitter like crazy.
Mm,
Let
well,
him have it.
well, hopefully they get their stuff together. Han and Maya wanted to talk about the Emmanuel Hudson versus Spoken
Smoking
Reasons.
reasons.
I
I seen
didn't
that
even know
Yes,
too.
Spoken Reasons. I completely forgot about Spoken Reasons. To be honest with you.
yes. So, okay. So, from my understanding, right, okay, is that Spoken Reasons basically Manuel Hudson for the asking all them questions videos like that, right?
Hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Nick invited Spoken Reasons to come Falling Out.
No.
So they,
Why?
Hold on. Maya, hold on. Before you finish that, Spoken Reasons begged Nick to be on Wild Now.
oh, he begged to be
Beg,
on Falling Out.
yeah, because he had a beef with DC and
Yeah, because it was coming after him, because of what he did and stuff. And I had seen a
but
post. I'm sorry.
but Spoken Reasons set the fire. He sparked the fire because once it's like if you go at Nick, you got to go at everybody that work under Nick, pretty much.
But what did Spoken
Right.
Reasons
So
say?
Spoken Reason
I forgot
said,
what he
"Y'all."
said.
He said all the people on Wild Now is a seed of him. If it wasn't for him putting DC Young Fly on and putting uh this guy on, they wouldn't be on Wild Out today. I should have been the first one on season 1.
Which is not true.
So he was going. He went on a rant for a month and a half straight about this whole Wild
How
Out
can't
cast
we
thing.
be happy for our friends' successes? I'm just saying.
He went on a
Right.
whole rant for a month straight. So
Right.
so when
Like
he
every
begged Nick to come on, everybody said DC and Emmanuel Hudson said, I don't want him on because it's gonna go what?
right. And it showed it because I seen that episode and I'm like,
She
he
can
can't
explain
be
the bet.
mad though.
I, Maya can explain the rest, but I seen the IG live from both DC and Emmanuel Hudson.
Okay. So, all right. So first, I'm gonna start with this. I seen a post where basically somebody was saying that Spoken Reasons, and this was mentioned, was feeling some type of way because everybody that he collaborated before they was on Wildin' Out and stuff like that surpassed him, and he's still in the same spot that he was before. Nobody remembers. The only reason why certain people remember him is because of She Ratchet and
But he got to
asking all
update
them
his.
questions.
Yeah, he's gonna have to update his. He gonna have to go harder then.
Right. Ever since after that,
Nobody,
nobody.
but him.
Right. And after that, nobody heard from him, seen him doing anything. Like he was basically like disappeared, pretty much. Right. So okay, fast forward to Wild Now, y'all. The shade was fucking real. I'm gonna say
Dark.
that. Okay, the
No,
shade was
just
real.
say it was dark. It was dark. It was
It was
like
dark.
thunder.
It was real at the same time, right?
Was it
Because
throughout the whole episode or just that one
The
piece of
whole
section?
the
episode.
entire episode, right? So I think I missed like the first part of it or whatever, right? So they was doing
This is MTV, right?
wild spitting. I think it was wild
Yes,
spitting.
Okay.
Yo, Emmanuel came for Spoken's neck. I said, good, good, right? So Spoken Reasons came for Emmanuel, DC, pretty much everybody, that was
that
talking
surpassed him.
about him. Yeah, stuff like that. And so, Spoken, he had his little bars, whatever, but everybody just like, okay, whatever. Emmanuel came out that bitch. Literally, I kid you not. I forgot the first part. He was like, okay. He was like, that's cool. He was like, but he said he's still spending money from She Ratchet too. And
I
I was
remember
like,
that too. I was
oh,
like,
yes. I was
like,
like,
Did
oh,
you? But
okay.
Maya, did you see? But did you see when DC what DC said to him?
Yes. I was like,
this
yes.
this special.
Snaps all around. Snaps all
DC
around.
said, "Why you stole my boy Emmanuel Hudson's song from 4 years ago? You trying to claim that it was his? The crowd went nut, and
What
Yes.
that's
song was it?
it
That song
was it
came
was
out 8 years ago.
Emmanuel Hudson uh produced and wrote the song.
Mm-hmm.
But asking all the
So
questions.
yeah, he put it out.
To
But at that time, it was some other YouTubers was taking the royalties from it. So he so Spoken Reason seen it, see how many views it got. He calls him, yo, I want to shoot the video to it, and he's like, yo, I got this problem. I don't know how to get the original song off of these other YouTube channels. So he says, yo, just do this, flag it, do the right thing, flag it, and we'll go on from there. So Emmanuel flags the his own song from the other channels. That gets passed. So spoke flies him out to Orlando. They shoot the video.
mm-hmm.
Now it's
It was, huh?
so about I say a good couple months later, he Emmanuel Hudson's already doing She Ratchet, and that took off like a rocket.
It
Hmm.
did.
He sees the views on Spoken sees the views on that, and he tells him, "Yo, I'm gonna drop the video." And on Valentine's Day, he says, "All right, bet." Spoke. He now Emmanuel Hudson at this time is dealing with Nick.
Booming. Yeah.
He's booming, dealing with Nick, all that other stuff. So he get back to the crib, and no Spoken Reason doesn't call, doesn't say nothing. So Spoken drops the question video on his channel, and he is flooded with the video did 1,200,000.
Mm-hmm. And I think I forgot what Spoken said. He said like when he was on Wild and Out, I think he said something along the lines like, "Yeah, I pretend something like that." It's like, but he was sitting in the passenger seat like somebody's side bitch, and it was just like, "Excuse me, the fuck did
He did the whole thing. Like he's
Emmanuel pretty much did the whole thing by himself. And that's why Emmanuel got more recognition than he did. And then, like, he tried to take the credit for Emmanuel's work. And I forgot what Emmanuel said. I think he said, like, as soon as they came to a little money, like, Spoken Reason tried to claim it for himself. Like, he tried to take the majority of it
Hmm.
instead of whatever they agreed to, I guess. And I'm just like, that's fucked up. And like I was saying, that post I was talking about earlier was saying literally everybody he collabed with surpassed, and on top of that, he crossed them. So it's like That's why he hasn't been around, because word's getting out of what he doing and shit like that. And don't nobody want to collab with somebody that's gonna cross. You know what I'm saying? Try and take your share of what y'all made together. And take credit for something that all you did was just post something instead of directing it, producing it, writing the shit for it. You know, it basically he was a side bitch. In all honesty.
I mean, the way I took
And
it was like he Spoken Reasons wasn't like didn't have a bad career. I mean, he was in a movie. He was in a movie with Sandra Bullock. So I mean, it's not like he
I
can be
mean,
upset. I
What
mean,
movie was that?
um, my fiance told me the other day it was
y'all
supposed to be a
cutting off me.
comedy.
Oh no, sorry,
It was
but
a comedy. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was a movie with Sandra Bullock, and it was a few years ago. And then the song that they're talking about came out 8 years ago.
yeah, but see, the thing was, if it wasn't for Emmanuel, no one would ever know who Spoken was or is. Nobody would know who he is at
Mm.
all.
I mean, I knew who Reasons was
I
before
didn't
that.
until asking all them questions and She Ratchet came out. I never knew who he was.
He was like one of those people that had, you know how like King Batch and all of them kind of started with Vine.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Spoken Reasons
But he's
kind of
not
started with
funny
YouTube.
though. That's the thing. He's not funny though.
Well,
And the
back
fact
then he
that he
was
okay,
like,
but the
Then he
fact that he was
was.
on Wild and Out, like he wasn't funny
Yeah, he's
at
not
all.
wild and out funny.
yeah,
Right.
I
yeah.
think
Like
he's
I
funny.
mean, right. And I haven't even seen him act besides those videos. Anyways.
Yeah, he was like a YouTube version. Like Emmanuel Hudson, he did it because after asking all them questions, it wasn't like he just stayed until somebody gave him the opportunity. Him and his
Right.
brother went out and like a lot of people don't know this, but he was on America's Got Talent, and they auditioned for that.
Yeah. And see, like him and his brother were funny. You know what I'm saying? Like they, you know, they actually like don't get me wrong, asking them questions, it was good and stuff like that. But She Ratchet was just on a completely different level. It was I honestly I felt like not hating or nothing. It was to me it was kind of better than asking all them questions. It was funny, but Spoken Reasons didn't really say shit in that video. You know what I'm saying? It was more email. And so
Yeah.
to me, it was kind of awkward because, Emmanuel was doing all the talking and stuff like that. And he was just sitting there, like, nodding his big ass head, you know. And,
But
with
if
his
you,
brother, they're interacting, and stuff like that. They're actually doing shit together, to make it not so awkward. And I don't know.
B Sage said, I don't know who either of them are.
mm,
Emmanuel Hudson is. I don't know if you watch Wild and Out,
He's
Sage. He's the one with
he,
the locks. The
yeah.
yeah,
You could call him a YouTube sensation if you want.
Vine and YouTube,
yeah.
because he
Hmm.
started off on Vine and Wellstar.
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
Sage, I'm kind of like I feel like me and you might be in the same situation with this, where I don't care
Well,
about either one of them. I don't. Well, I mean, I care because they're doing good. I think the whole situation is petty and stupid. Um,
But DC said that they just need to get in the ring, put the gloves on, man.
it shouldn't even come
We
to
handle
that.
it
That's
that way.
stupid too.
right. And
That's
then, Emmanuel, like in Wild Now, tried to be a bigger man in his last, little spitting or reverse and stuff like that. He was like, yeah, that's cool, whatever, that may be true. He's like, but let's just put it into it and apologize. And everyone's like, oh.
He could have apologized. Be the bigger
Oh,
man and apologize, but
right. He could have
no.
apologized. He could have ended everything. And he just sitting there looking at him like, nigga, no, I'm not
because
apologizing.
he stunk up the whole show.
He
Well,
did.
I'll put it like this: there was some clips that I've heard that I was kind of very disappointed in the show as a whole, and I think it was some things that was missed. For instance, and don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those hoteps type of dudes, and I don't like go overboard. Like if it's joke is good, a joke is good, regardless of what it's saying. But
Right.
it was one part where I don't know who the white girl was.
With the
It
red
wasn't the
hair.
normal. No, it wasn't the normal one. But one of them said, and I'm paraphrasing,
Oh, yep. I know you talking about right now.
said, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
However, yours not so much. I was
Oh,
kind of like,
fire her right now.
that's
Fire
borderline
Oh,
messed
her
yeah,
up.
she was on that
right
episode. Yeah,
now.
she said, but that doesn't normally pertain to you.
Yeah.
I was
And
Fire
like,
her. I don't give a damn how she said it. She said what she said, and she needs to get off the show right now.
now look, I don't know, because like part of me is like, okay, she did say Black Lives do matter,
I don't give a damn. It's not her.
but
Don't let nothing black come out your mouth. Okay, when you say B, just say B team. Then you ain't gonna say the black squad, whatever they call it. Now, no,
had she had said something like, okay, your life don't matter,
no,
or something like that, or your career don't
no.
matter, or something like that, and
Mm-mm.
left Black Lives Matter out of it, I would have been like, oh, okay, whatever. But the fact that she added the whole Black Lives Matter thing, I was like, y'all just setting this man up for failure left and right, huh? Y'all cool with that, huh? Y'all cool with him being disrespected like that, huh? Just bring him on the show
But
and.
if you
well, I
okay,
mean,
let's ask. Let me ask you this, Green. If I'm talking to everybody, even the people in the chat. If somebody, if everybody been doing this podcast for some time now, and we have a certain person that we in the chat, and they kept begging and begging and begging to be on the show, and you keep turning them down, and you have us to say, okay, no, he probably not gonna be a good fit. That's what was going on. But before he got on the show, like they was telling him, no, he's not gonna fit. He's not gonna react to the. He's not gonna be the same spoken reason that you.
Well,
So they just gave in, and Nick gave in and said, all right, I'm gonna give him a shot. And this is what you get. It was one of the most funny episodes they had so far, besides out of Safari.
no, that's not what I'm saying. My point is not this. It really has nothing to do with him per se. It really has to do with their hatred for him overpowered the statement that should have been checked. Like
Mm-hmm.
But
everybody's
Green,
big thing
but we
about this.
don't,
Just
but
listen.
we don't know if Nick checked her after it ended.
It don't
Nick
matter.
probably
It
did
should.
check her.
He probably didn't because it landed on the air. They didn't edit it, so he probably didn't check her, or else it wouldn't have been on the show. So that's my point. My point is their hatred for this person for something that petty that happened, for him giving his opinion on
but
the internet and
but
being
they roast
upset.
everybody though of all
Yeah,
ethnicities
And
and stuff. It's not just black people. You
and,
know what I'm saying?
and I
There's
understand that, but that's not
they
my
had
point.
they had the letter. They had no. He had somebody else there that
But
was part of the letter committee,
but you're
and they
missing my
and
point.
DC didn't care.
But you're missing my point. My point is fuck spoken reasons for right now. Don't worry about him. My point is that the show as a whole, what they did was they let their hatred for this person get to them where that became the biggest thing out of this episode. But there was something 10 times worse that happened, and nobody said a goddamn thing about it. This white woman told a black person his life does not matter in context of Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
And no one said nothing.
They missed it.
That's bigger to me than anything that anyone's been talking about this Emmanuel Hudson thing. Like, I could give a fuck less about that. That's some petty shit that happened 8 years ago. I don't care about that. But Nick didn't.
Huh?
That's the problem I have with Wild 'N Out. They like to check people for petty stuff, but the stuff that needs to be checked, they don't say nothing about. Nick has been doing really wrong stuff for years, and nobody checks Nick. But then y'all willing to want to check this person because he got on his IG live or whatever and said his opinion about people. Who cares? You making money. Why do you care what somebody else say? You making money. Who cares? But you lit this. And again, never seen this white girl ever on the show.
She
So
must be new because I only know the redhead girl.
she could be new.
She must
I don't
be
care.
new.
It don't matter. If it was the red haired girl, if it was a new girl, whoever said it, it was somebody who blatantly went out there and disrespected and said this treachery thing. Like, I hate when people say, "Yo, I'll hope you die." That bothers me. So for her to say that statement and the crowd was going crazy and like, yeah, and clapping it up, and Nick going like, he probably gave her a raise after that. So for people who's going to tell me, "Oh no, we don't know if he checked her afterwards," yeah, we do. We know that he didn't check her. Why do we know that? Because it's on the show. They didn't edit it out. It's on there. They could have edited it out. They edited a lot of stuff out of it. So no,
that whole episode up.
I'm just saying the bigger things.
I must have missed that. I must have missed that part.
Exactly, hon. A lot of people overlooked it. I'm just saying, when I saw that part, everything else became small.
Yeah, I heard that and I was like, she didn't have to say that. No, she didn't.
Yeah.
But she said it, and they posted it. So I mean, they could just took it down, but everybody done seen it, reposted, shared it. It's never gonna go away.
I never touched or reposted that. I don't believe in spreading negative narratives.
Vicky,
But
we
yeah,
not
I
talking
see what
about
you're
you.
saying.
We're not talking about you. We're talking about
You-
the Wild 'N Out fans and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so I'm pretty sure after the show, a lot of, because it's mainly a black audience in the Wild 'N Out, right?
Yeah.
You do have like your Caucasian and other ethnicities, but that's kind of small. I'm pretty sure after the show, like after she said that, it clicked, and some probably didn't care. Some was like, she didn't have to say that, because some of them are probably activists in Black Lives Matter, some of them, probably do
Yeah.
care. But as far as Nick goes, he's not gonna really do anything. I know for a fact because they've had a lot of Caucasian persuasion, and not necessarily saying what she said, but kind of close to it, where it's kind of like, hey, like, wait a minute, they ain't right, and they never got checked. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing when they're talking about Timothy, how he got an
But
egg and, all the other stuff. They
but
didn't
they
get checked.
won't. But the fans of the cast won't check them. The fans of the cast will go check Nick first.
Right.
So Nick will get more slack for that
And I
than
don't
than
even
the
think
fans
people
do.
are gonna really, like, I haven't seen anybody check him yet. It's a thing.
Everybody that was in attendance, everyone on stage or in those seats, need to be checked. It is not Nick's fault. It is not the people on the stage. Everybody should have got checked
But
because
they but
everybody
the
stood up and clapped for it.
yeah,
And
but
I'm not saying it was that
I,
bad. I'm
I
just
see what
saying.
I see where y'all coming from. But it's been going on. It's been going on ever since the redhead girl got there, and I forgot her name. It's Jessica something, Jessie, whatever her name is. Is she been getting slick stuff off too?
Well,
And
then Nick got a problem.
Clips, no, Clips stepped to her one time about it. and then she did it again, and that was when Hitman got there. And Hitman really stepped to her, and then she didn't do it again.
No, look.
Once Hitman talked to her, because she said something outrageous in one of them seasons, and Hitman pulled her over to the side on camera, and he said, "Yo, you can't do that. You could you could hear it, like, I mean, Mike, you can't be saying that." And she never said it since.
I mean, she can't say it. She said it.
But after she said it, then she hasn't been going off the deep end since Hitman talked to her. If you don't know who Hitman Holler is, go look up Hitman Holler. You'll see him.
Either
Oh, you
way,
talking about the battle rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah, he be going for people's head, and like sometimes he be overdoing it. I'm like, okay, let somebody else have a turn, but he do got some nice bars though.
I'm just saying, when everybody was talking about that, and I was hearing clips, that was the only one that I was focused on. The other stuff, like I said, it was a song that happened 8 years ago. Who cares?
They
And
do.
everybody's
Because
doing well.
he's still getting royalties off the song
Who cares? Who
to this
cares?
day.
Who cares? You ain't do nothing for 8 years to stop it, so who cares? Who gives a damn? You're on Wild and Out now. You're making money. You're in movies and Netflix specials, and you're going on tours
But
and all this other stuff. And you ain't try to do
the
nothing about
principle
this.
though.
It's the principle. Yeah, it's the principle, Green.
Where is that
That
principle
was
in the court of law?
it's the because he had the song first. That was his first big viral song.
Okay, so where's the lawsuit?
You gotta talk to Manny about that, not me.
What do you mean I talk to Emmanuel about that? Where's the lawsuit?
Don't ask me.
Okay, so if you didn't sue him,
his.
I don't want to hear about it. It's the same way when people be like, "Yo, the government owes us for reparations and reparations." Okay, did you sue? No. So why are we talking about it?
Yeah.
It should happen. Yes, I agree with you. But if you're not willing to fight for it, I don't know why we talking about it.
All I can say, just give that man give him the royalty to the song, or just give him the rights to the song, because you're still making money off that song.
Hold on. All right. Well, anything else we need to talk about?
That's it.
Yeah, that's
it.
All right. Well, we're gonna because Han said we're still cutting out. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check the audio afterwards.
Oh no.
But yeah, it's been a good podcast. I had a good time.
I had a good time.
Thank you, everybody in the Twitch community: Han, Bridge, Sage, Boggs, Bree, Lady Lush. I saw in here. Everybody else that been coming through to the streams. Thank you guys for being here. And those who's listening on Spotify and Apple, make sure you go over to twitch.tv RealOnesGaming so you can join the chat and interact with us live when we do our live streams. And yeah, come on by, join the interaction. YouTube, same thing. Come on over to Twitch every other Sunday, 12 noon. Today I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to do some Call of Duty because I really need to get those challenges done. So we're going to stream right here on Real Ones Gaming. Pink, you down for some Call of Duty?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Maya is going to join us as well. AJ doesn't have the full game, so, you know. Hey.
But I will be in the chat.
The shit.
I will be in the chat though.
All right, so we're gonna do that. So let's say our goodbyes. I'm gonna do it randomly. Let's do this. Let's play a game, shall we? All
Do you
right.
want to play a game?
Right.
AJ, you first. Say your goodbyes.
Well,
Oh, you thought I didn't have it on deck? Oh no, sir.
I had to wait. I had to wait for the sound to go away. Well, it's been a real one. To the people in the chat, y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay loved up, man. Go follow myself, Miss Kinky, everybody that you're listening to right now. Go follow us on all social medias, man. Mine is King AJ _15.